Holy shit, okay.
And we're back. Hello and welcome back to Ardent Roleplay's Veil of Dusk. We are joined, of course, as always, by Steph, Rummy, Nick, and the lovely Trent to have a bit of a good time playing some good old D&D with the Ardent Roleplay as well. Congratulations and some good news. We are now affiliate, which is always very exciting. So you can subscribe to the channel and all that kind of cool stuff. So feel free to do that. Also, we have the spectator view as well. So if you feel like joining in on a little bit of the Ardent Roleplay as you sit at home in whatever pandemic you happen to be in, feel free to join us and you can have a gander at some of the cool stuff that we'll be sending to the various players as we begin the game. But without further ado, we will jump back into it with a little quick recap, which I'm not going to throw onto any of the players, but I'll just do a quick recap because I'm nice like that. Yeah, I know. You're welcome. So, where last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had gone to the Farmhold, which was a kind of collection of farms just to the north of Arbortown, obviously in the country of Nemeria. Now, obviously, Nemeria, as we all know, is filled with big old plague, and our intrepid adventurers are trying to solve that in whatever way they can, with the apparent discovery of a cult at the root of the country's issues. They had talked to some of the various clerical orders and paladins and had varying levels of success, as well as the somewhat murder of some guards in the less prominent district that still has members in it, which didn't go too well for our lovely adventurers, but that's all good. They managed to power through and discover a little bit about the cult that they were looking into, and then eventually found the Black family, who were members of this cult, and had to basically fight them at their holdings and
give them a good
shanking. Give him a good shanking, basically. Yeah, exactly.
the husband was only kind of there. He was mostly under a spell.
Yeah, he was the shanker. Oh, he was not. He was actually not under a spell, but yes, he was somewhat under a spell because there was no spell active on him. He'd just been brainwashed.
He'd been brainwashed, yes.
Yeah, which is almost scarier than a spell, honestly. At least with magic, you're like, oh, it's magic, it's fine. It's like, no, this is just...
It's just straight up brainwashing.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
So they decided to look around the place. They found some documentation that told them that basically the Barrow Marsh is a place that they're using to deliver goods into potentially Havensburg, but it is yet to be truly decided. We'll see what happens this current session today, but we'll jump right in. So I believe you guys were stealing some horses.
Oh,
I mean, they don't have any owners
stole the
anymore. So are we
horses.
stealing or acquiring?
Liberating some horses.
That was it.
Adopting some horses.
Yeah, totally. They don't have owners anymore.
That's right.
If that is not the most adventuring party line I've ever heard, I don't know what is. No, we killed the owners. They don't have owners. We're liberating them. Like,
yeah, exactly.
These
now they
goods
don't
have
have
been
to work
liberated
for an
from this
evil
temple.
cult.
This goods have been liberated from this evil temple. Okay.
We're doing them a
Thought in
favor.
self-defense.
Also, now I don't have to walk, and I'm not going to ruin my nice boots. So
That's
we're
what Ben's
helping
most
me
worried
as
about,
well.
having to walk.
Yes. Yes, my feet hurt, and I'm sick of walking.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this.
I'm tired. I hate it here.
Yeah, so what animals are you deciding to take? Are you taking the large Clydesdale as well, or are you just taking the nice like stallions and like
I'm
the
just
stallion,
putting
the
it out
mare,
there.
and their children?
We have a half orc on our team. I feel like we need to take the big horse.
Oh, yes.
I will
Yeah,
take your biggest horse,
Yeah.
good sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Stallion.
maybe we
Okay.
should take the Clydesdale.
Well, because like the player of Mog is not here, he will be basically an NPC for me to decide whatever I'd like to do with him, because
Ooh.
that's what I used to do with
Mog's gonna die
people-
or turn
Yeah.
evil.
Oh,
only a little bit of evil, just a little sprinkling on top.
You can't make the paladin turn evil. It's just wrong.
yeah, calm down, Jacob.
It becomes more powerful if you make him evil.
You do actually. Yeah. That's simple villain economics right there. That's
Yeah.
just I don't make the rules. All right. So what I want you guys to do is basically whoever would like to acquire a horse, you can do a quick and should be relatively easy animal handling check just to make sure that the horse doesn't hate you automatically. The varying levels of how the horses might or might not like you will depend on basically this initial roll, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I was actually thinking you said it should be an easy animal handling roll, and I was like, oh yes, of course.
Yes.
It's a non-combat roll. It's going to be a neg.
Yeah, of course. Oh!
That's all
Going good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Touch wood,
Dude,
touch
we're all
the
very good at
nearest
this.
wooden item.
So much wood
Wooden
touching.
items. Exactly.
Yes.
Get some flowers. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone. Everyone succeeds on their animal handling. And you now have some nice horses who are like, obviously horses don't speak, but you get the feeling like, horse like you.
Excellent. This
Yes.
is my new best
Good.
friend.
You
Does
potentially
the
give them
stomping thing
some
with its foot.
give them some food, some hay, some like corn. Ooh, they love a bit of corn.
There, it's just appreciating the aesthetic of being a drow riding a black horse. So much aesthetic happening right now.
It's
Great
all edge, no
footage.
point. It's beautiful.
My little pizza
So-
cutter just
So
on a
basically
roll.
just bad.
Exactly. So you don't have any. You don't have like they don't have like like. There's only kind of like a few saddles that you kind of see nearby the kind of stabled area. There's like you'll have to kind of do a little bit of a search for them. So if you want to like look for any additional ones, you'll need to have a kind of like look around the house.
Oh yeah.
Let us do
It's-
that then.
it's-
Perception or investigate?
Investigate probably. You're like, oh, okay.
Investigate.
You found like two. Like there's like two saddles, and like, oh, it's probably good. There is one on the Clydesdale as well. But and like Mog is pretty much like wrestling that onto the Clydesdale and getting on top, and like looking very pleased with himself as well. You know, because he's got a new horse friend, and he loves horse friends, as everyone knows.
Those friends.
Yep. But you have like two. Otherwise, you can ride bareback, which is for you horse goers out there, not always great, but you can do it in
No,
a
I
pinch.
need to settle.
Yeah.
You do.
I know what they say about bards, but we do not ride bareback. It's unsafe.
Yeah, it's very unsafe. It's the only thing that I will ever agree with you on. Is it 3?
High
Oh,
five.
damn bards. Don't forget to use
Don't touch me.
Do not leave us to me hanging.
Oh,
Boost.
atrocious.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So at least we have the horses nicely, but it looks like our search to find more saddles is not
Not
nice.
going well. You got two.
currently.
You'll be fine. All right. So who's going? Who's stealing a saddle and who's not?
I'm also looking for saddles. And I
Ah.
rolled a 19.
Oh,
Go,
you
David,
found-
go.
Nice. All right. So you go into basically the barn where, like, obviously the cart. Wait. Did you burn down the barn already? I can't remember if you burned down the barn
Oh.
already.
I don't think so.
Why the barn? What's wrong with
I
the barn?
don't recall.
We were going
You're
to.
most likely to have done that. Did you burn down the barn?
Yeah.
You burned down the barn.
Yeah, Bear.
Yeah.
Did you burn down the barn?
I'm
Damon
pretty
has his
sure
arms
that Bear's
crossed.
burnt down the
Bear.
barn. Well, it's not may not have been on. It may be currently catching fire.
Can I like run
Process.
in and try and grab some stuff while it's like burning around?
So yeah,
No,
you
no.
like it's like there's a small fire like in the barn at this point, and there's obviously a lot of hay. It's quite dry. It is autumn at this point as well, so it's not like a particularly like wet like season. Obviously, as you know about autumn, it's a bit dry, windy, that kind of stuff. Not great.
Fire
Having
alerts
that in
about
Australia right
orange.
now. Very cold. Very cold. But yeah, you do see some saddles in there currently being a little bit engulfed in flames.
Can I try and make an
At-
athletics check to like run in and grab them before they burn up?
You may, yes. I will get you to do an athletics check. If you succeed the athletics check, it'll be a relatively simple like reflex save after that to like get the
28.
things and jump out of that. Oh,
Solid.
yep, that's all
What was
right.
that?
Bam!
Beautiful.
He's
Do me
dead.
a quick reflex save
Parkour.
as like the kind of flames and the like cracking
sorry.
and burning of stuff.
Sorry,
Sweet
Jacob.
moves.
In 5th edition, a reflex save.
Sorry, a dexterity saving though. Yes.
Oh, okay.
please.
Sorry, might be. I was like,
Nailed it.
oh, what is that?
In this our 5e game, how dare you?
All right, so this is not as exciting as a modifier, but if it's a stat, I have pretty cool mods.
Do a flip.
5th edition was actually a dream. We've been playing 3.5.
Whoa!
Simplified the entire time. All right.
Nice.
So yeah, you manage to get in there. You get some of the stuff. You don't actually. It's in very good condition because you don't actually like you dust off that fucking like that fire and you jump out and out as like some of the farmers and the fruit pickers start to come up and to investigate basically the fire. Yes, you talk like you get 2 saddles as well from this. So you do have an extra saddle there, which saddles are no small expense, but yeah, you basically take this stuff, you throw it to I assume Damon. No, not Damon.
I am
It's,
Damon.
you
I
are-
like
you are
throw it
Damon.
up in the air.
You were Damon. I'm talking Hubert. Talking about Hubert.
Me.
So you throw it to-
Yeah,
You throw it to
Yeah, I'll
Hubert,
definitely throw it to
and-
Hubert. Good call. Good call.
I definitely don't
Cool,
catch
cool,
it properly.
and you saddle up pretty quickly, I'll say. I'll give you the saddling up relatively free, unless you have not had any experience with horses at all.
I would not only have had experience with horses on the farm, I'm going to like kind of help Hubert out as well,
Yeah.
who I assume has had no...
With your background, you're able to get all the horses saddled up as the farmers kind of get there, and you have the option to either talk with them or just ride off into the sunset with your adventuring spoils in tow.
I don't think... I kind of ignore them, personally. I think Damon, he's like, uh-oh.
Now, I'm also quite aware that none of you decide to loot the witch.
No, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I thought she was
true.
paced,
Yeah, no, we made her
like
pace.
through the ceiling.
Kind of. But she would have been like a bag of bones, right? At somewhere. She ends up as a bag of bones.
You don't just turn into like a big blood bag and like, oh, you splat all over the ground, no, nothing left. Nothing can be done.
Nothing
right with it.
We have vaporized her. She like hit the wall, broke the sound barrier, and shot off into like.
Yeah, she's gone now. It's better this way, honestly.
Checks out.
She
I mean,
burns
I
up in the
already
stratosphere.
got my fancy poisonous wand. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Fucking
Yeah,
awesome,
man. Good. That's sick.
Sick ass one, yeah.
Sick ass
Great.
one.
Yep. Okay, well, you're good then. So you got your sources, and what? So are you leaving? Are you riding off into the sunset?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Damon's
appropriate.
Why would I talk to the workers?
I also think
yeah.
Mog. Keep in mind, I also think Mog would also not want to talk to them either, and would want to head off as soon as possible.
Yeah. So Mog
And
like
Damon
starts kind of
puppy dogs. Mog.
yeah.
Whatever
Mog
wants.
starts rolling out with like a little bit of like, fear not, gentle village folk. We have defeated the evil cultists and we have saved you. As the
You're welcome.
flames kind of dance in the sky like above, and he just kind of walks and they're like, and they kind of like look to bed as they you come up and like,
Bear to sort of have fun.
and they like look to
He was
everyone,
evil.
like, and they start running basically to try and put out the fire.
Power back to the workers. Don't and any of the bags, any of the barrels with that weird symbol on them, let those burn.
They don't seem
Just
to be
let it
really
go.
paying too much attention to you. As
They're like running over the fire.
oh god!
There's a fire. Now, guys,
They're like
don't
going
forget.
like one of them. You can hear them. One of them like cries out, "Is like, oh my god!" As they look and find like the dead bodies of like their employers, like
Your
strewn
God,
across
not
the
my
ground. Like,
God.
oh my god! They killed them! They killed them all! They're stealing the horses!
I'm going to drown them
We should
out with
probably
salt.
leave.
And
Yes,
the adventurers nobly left because it was the right thing to do, and the adventurers weren't in the
Brave Sir
wrong.
Robin ran away.
Not in the wrong at all.
Human's, like,
Not in the
singing
wrong
away.
at all.
And in the background, you can hear like the screaming. Oh God! Everyone is dead.
Oh,
louder.
no. It's catching to the house. Oh no! Like putting out the flames. It's like no, not our
And emphysema
not our
has not been
livelihood
invented yet, so no one has any respiratory problems at all.
at all.
Let's just leave, guys. Let's wrap it up.
So you head down the way you came, and you basically make double time at this point. So you should be able to get back to Arbor Town by the evening, you would imagine. Yeah.
Mhm.
You spend like half a day kind of getting there. You're like,
I'll break my chair
It's
if I
just all
dance
of
that
us.
much.
and Moglan looks at it like around to the back of you guys and is like, I think we did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's just
damn
peak Mog
right,
energy.
Mog.
Yeah,
Peak Mog energy.
peak Mog energy.
Well,
All right, so we're on the way. Yeah,
Right.
we're on the way back to Arbor Town now, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Sick.
So you'll basically arrive there probably around nightfall, unless you wanted to camp outside of the city walls. For whatever reason, you might want to do that.
Were
think
we
so.
meeting Buddyface on a road somewhere?
Malarath.
Face.
No,
Yes,
not
there we
Malarath.
go,
Sorry,
Malarath.
no,
No?
not Malarath.
Yeah, that
His
doesn't
name
sound
is, Mathraman, sorry.
Mathraman.
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 Mothman.
That's
Oh
Mothman.
Let's
no.
call him Math.
Math. You can call him Math if you like.
I think
Math.
So Mog was going to meet Mathraman at basically the church.
Yeah.
So, and then he was going to join basically the party after.
Yeah.
You
Adopted NPC.
adopted NPC. Yeah, he's a cleric of Vanathar and known to be one of the more honorable and righteous of clerics, generally speaking, not with the crazy zeal of the oracles of Saint Alban. I know.
Yeah, those guys are crazy, man.
Those guys are.
Those guys are crazy.
That's fine though.
Yes.
They're paladins. You gotta be a little bit crazy in a world like this. You know, it's dark fantasy, man. What are you gonna do? I don't make the rules. Oh wait, I do actually.
Huh.
Oh, that's fun.
Damn.
All
It's
right.
all coming together now.
Cool. So you basically arrive at nightfall, and Arbor Town, as it usually is quiet and gloomy and kind of devoid of life. Where would you like to go?
I think our last place of residence has no roof or even supporting walls anymore, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Parliament,
inn wasn't
please.
happy, was it?
No, but
Nah.
you were under the impression that you could probably utilize the inn's lodgings just because it's been locked up a bunch, but
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds
we
like a
would-
good spot.
We would assume that we're going to set up in the inn, but is Mog going straight to Mafferman, or is he chilling in the inn with us first tonight?
I am going to imagine that Mog will rock up to the inn with you guys and then be like, all right, I will go and check on Mathman. You stay here. Yeah. Unless you want to leave, come with me.
I'll come with you, Mog.
But-
I'll keep you safe.
You could also stay here.
I could.
Or you could come with me.
I will.
Or you could stay here.
That's true.
I'm staying here.
Let me stop
Okay.
the loop. Please go on.
You'll stay here.
Yes.
Deadpanning. Okay.
There's like
Okay.
a fly that basically lands on Damon's eye and crawls over it as he's watching Mog.
I imagine they're just like
Oh my god.
Hey, man.
Damon, please.
Single tear
So
rolls
much
down
concern.
cheek.
yeah.
Morrowind NPCs.
Literally.
And Mog kind of looks at you, is like, are you coming, Damon? Or do you want
Yes.
to stay here? I do not know. Yes, good. Let's go.
Stand up on
And
my
then
chat. We'll leave.
you roll on out to basically the old churchy boy. So I will give you the church entrance. Everyone can look at the church entrance. It is the exposed card.
The exposed card at church. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Rip.
Sometimes you gotta be
Hello.
exposed to church. It's to expose your
Yeah,
mortal
'cause-
soul to God.
You gotta do what the pastor
I'll
says, man.
hold
He's in
back
charge.
my horrible joke.
Really?
No.
Really? After
Damn, dude,
after
that
the
is
bareback
not
thing?
sick church.
Okay.
It's fine.
No.
Worse than
That's
bareback
where
thing,
you.
you say.
That's where you draw the line.
That's where you draw the line. Yeah, that's basically it. All right.
The church.
And the rest of you are kind of inside the this kind of tavern building. But yes. So what would you guys like to discuss while you're in this tavern building? What's the next step in your guys' particular version of the plan?
Where
And
are
I'll
we
get
going
to all-
next?
Only you can answer that.
I suppose the
map.
ports would be a good place to start. They appear to be sending these plague things out in amongst the crates with the sign of Gulduar.
Wasn't there also word that they were sending stuff to the Barrow Marsh or something? Didn't we find?
That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a port, honey. It's distinctly inland.
Ah, the old land port.
Yeah, but
I see
there's
you
no
played landing
seaside
order
area.
before.
There's no seaside area in this country.
No camels. The ships of the land.
I mean, it's not really a desert land either.
Is he the drunk?
But no camels. Noted.
No, it's he's not drunk. It's just Hubert.
He's just
Concern.
tired. Overtired from traveling. My chaps are so chapped.
Just slowly trying to cover Hubert in a blanket, sleep time.
You need to go nice now.
But it's
And
5
Hubert's
p.m. sleep time.
But
You
the
got
camels-
happy poo.
It's nappy poo poo times.
Oh, Lord.
Well, do we want to go to the marsh or do we want to go up towards Havensburg first and then to the marsh?
What's the
Well, we
deal with
just came from
Havensburg?
we're halfway there from Farmhold.
Yeah.
So kind of do we
But
want to go back that way or do we want to just kind of steer clear of that area for a while and get to Havensburg and then go through? which I
Yeah.
think is preferable.
To reference as well, just as far as Farmhold's concerned, Farmhold's about a day away if you have a cool gander of the map. The Barrow Marsh extends down, through kind of like that crossroads, but is only the start when you get to kind of the edge of Farmhold. So it is a couple of days, probably about what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 days of riding into the Barrow Marsh, and it might be a bit tricky with the horses. You're not really sure. Obviously, insert
horses, marshland.
The horses, marshland, the never-ending story meme here.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah,
can't believe you've done this.
You think what? You think this is nice and grimdark? Nah, this is grimdark, buddy. This is that good grimdark juice.
We got one of those swamp.
Milk
boats.
those little tears out of your eyes.
What do they call them? Land boats. The swamp boats that have the big fan on them.
Oh yeah, the
sand boats. Yeah. The Florida boats.
Of those.
The Florida boats.
Surely there's a fantasy version of such a thing.
Bog surfers.
Bog
surfer.
Work it out.
I feel like it depends on how wet this Barrow Marsh is. If it's
honestly
like
trying to.
Is it a river marsh or is it like a swamp?
Marsh.
It's like a swamp, but it does have like rivers and lakes and stuff like that through it. So you probably are able to traverse it via boat if you'd like.
The waterways.
Yeah, it does kind of like come down and feed into Lake Aster, which is actually quite nearby to Farmhold. You would be able to probably see Lake Aster as you're kind of coming up.
Hi.
Is it worth investing in private canoes for each of us?
Only one way to find out. Invest now.
Oh.
Yeah. You'd probably want to find out where you could purchase these things. Awesome.
I think it'd be a rental store if we're lucky. Might be able to rent a boat.
Look, I don't think Arbortown's going to have a rental store, and neither is Farmhold. So,
I don't think there's going to be boat stores.
Yeah.
I mean, Fisher's Rest might have something. We want a boat.
I'm thinking. It's almost like I saw this coming. Ooh.
Incredible.
Like I'm good at something. Oh, crazy. Anyway.
Well, we can make a stop there first if we want to.
The gang buys a
Definitely
boat.
an option.
That's it. That's the game. We're going to go haggle for a boat.
Go buy a boat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a boat.
And
amazing.
Yeah. You do also have one last like name in Arbortown as well, which you could deal with if you feel like, but it is Tarvin, obviously. You've engaged with him before. Yeah. Went to the old sewer boys.
Oh my
but
goodness. Tarvin. I keep forgetting about that dude. He's so helpful.
We should have stayed at Farmhold and used the other entrance to the sewers that Mathaman told us about.
Suggested,
I think yeah. But I'd rather.
You didn't really investigate the house too much, so you investigate the barn though. Ooh, you found stuff in that barn. Oh boy,
I did not find a lot of stuff in that barn.
Horse. Yeah, it's a barn. I don't know what you're expecting, but you found spooky shit. That's cool. Yeah. All right, I'll throw it over to Trent and Mog as they arrive, obviously at the.
You mean Damon?
Yeah, well. Damon, I guess. Damon Theoman. Sorry, Damon Theoman. No. Oh, all the streams of immersion as well. It's all wasted. Wasted, I tell you.
We arrive at the Church of St. Alban.
You arrive at the Church of St. Alban, and basically, like, kind of, you've got the kind of layout there. You can kind of see the. Hold on, I'll give the open top, actually. There you go. Open top. Oh, beautiful. That for you.
Wait, where did you send that to the exposed?
I sent that. Yeah, I sent that to you. Yeah, because I'm so
I
lovely.
have a closed top. So.
Yeah, I'm giving you the open top now.
Oh my goodness!
See, that's what I was trying to do with my Thunder Wave. I was just trying to do this, helping
out
in game mechanically. We can see so much better now.
Much cool. Better. So
I can feel the rain on my skin. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah. So. Basically from over here, this doorway comes like one of the priests. You've met them before. They kind of like seem to be like one of the various priests that kind of hang out and like walks up to both you and to Morgan. It's like, you are here for
Mathaman.
Man, yes. He's just finishing up his business, but he'll be with you in just a moment. Would you like to come into the church with me, or are you content to wait out here?
We can wait.
As you wish. And from inside the church, you can hear like some raised voices, and it sounds like a bit of an argument is taking place inside the church, but you can't quite discern exactly what is being said. And after a little bit of time, as you kind of like sit here, the cleric looks a bit awkward. It's like, wait for the best, honestly. And
this is uncomfortable.
And after a little bit of time, strides Mathaman from basically the inside and walks directly up to both of you and is like, "We should leave now."
Yes, we should.
He complete turns towards the clerk. He's like, "That'll be all, thank you." And he's like, "Okay." Don't mind old Sweepy. I'm just gonna roll on out of here. And basically, like a heavy set looking individual. Hold up.
He's on fire? No.
Comes from this kind of area, and he has a dark, like a kind of blackened looking armor and a like golden kind of embossing on the edging of his armor. He wields at his side like quite a rich looking longsword, as well as a like kind of a like larger square shield on his back, and he has a kind of like darker hue, like in a kind of like shadowy, like kind of visage to his face, and he looks at both you and Mog with a pair of quite luminescent, like golden tinged eyes, and he looks at Mathaman as he like turns his back on him and then leaves the building. And you basically get out onto the streets. And as you kind of get out onto the streets as well, I will give you the old this is the Market Square card as well. Have a quick look at that one. It begins to rain.
Probably with the king, because we know that the king is on that list of names.
Yes, correct.
Which
person are you asking specifically? Who's with the king?
Big brain energy.
The Richie Rich.
Yeah. He seems to be what like you'd imagine to be the leader of the Knights of St. Alban, if that makes sense. Like he,
Just waiting on Market Square right now.
Mm-hmm. Let me try. Hold on. Give it another. Try again. There you go.
All right.
Market Square.
The hot college try.
Give the hot college try. That's what I crave. There you go. You love to see it.
Oh, it's raining. I thought it was raining.
Rain, and you guys hear this kind of rain start
Jesus
to like
Christ.
pour down as well. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I love the rain. It's my favorite bit. Probably one of my favorite effects actually in Ardent, actually. But it starts to kind of rain outside as you guys are having a chat in the tavern, as well as for you, Damon. And Mog and Mathaman as you kind of start walking through the town once more. Now there are a few kind of like streets and stuff like that kind of exist around like Arbortown, but they are quite unused most of the time. I'll actually flick over to that one because that's important for us to do. There you go. And you kind of start basically having a walk, and Mog kind of throws a look to you, Damon, and kind of like, what the fuck? What was that?
I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to stay quiet for now.
Mm-hmm. Mog, of course, being Mog, is like, what was that about, Mathaman? What happened? Why? He's like,
Why?
and like Mathaman just kind of gives like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And he's like,
Well, I think you should.
But I think you should.
Suspicious at all.
Like, where are we? Where are we going? Kind of like looks to both of you.
Well, we're meeting up with the rest of the team over at the nearby inn.
All right, well, let's go there then. And then he starts like kind of walking in that direction.
No, hold on, hold up, Mafferman. What was that about?
Like, the Oracles of St. Alban did not wish me to leave, and I wished to leave. And there was an argument around proper procedure and how our two churches are working, and there was a disagreement on that point.
That doesn't seem so bad.
You
Seems evasive.
You don't know the Oracles of St. Alban as I do, but it is its own issue. There were some threats by Arthur Cramen, the individual you might have seen stepping out with the armor. He's not the most forgiving of individuals, nor does he take his own sense of entitlement or betrayal lightly. So it is difficult to say exactly what he is planning to do, but last I checked, he was not looking favorably on the town of Arbor. So.
Okay.
And Mog kind of like looks at this like,
Yikes.
What do you mean? Like, well, when the Oracles of St. Alban do not look favorably on someone, they tend to destroy them. Now, there's still sickness in the poor district. It is not gone away, per se. And the paladins are going into what I like to call their third stage of assistance, which is usually the last stage of assistance. Yeah.
Fuck.
So we should get going while it's still raining.
Well, I guess we just continue moving. I'm not going to pry any further.
So you walk.
That man's got this shit going on.
He's got some stuff happening. He's not having a crisp time, honestly. I might actually change what he looks. I'm actually going to change what he looks like so slightly and make him a little bit more of a dude. He's going to be
a bit of a dude.
Bit of a dude. Now he's got to change his little iconography. He's going to be a knight. Yeah, let him go. So you get basically outside of the there you go. So you get outside the oh my god. So you get around about like there's like probably like up over here is where the entrance to the tavern is, and you guys are probably like in one of these buildings over yonder. And as you kind of do, roll me a perception test, Damon.
A perception test?
Perception test.
Okay. How am I going with that?
Okay.
My perception's terrible. Yeah. Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag don't die.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I'm like just not really paying much attention here.
Mm-hmm. Matherman seems to be like just directing his energy to going forward. Oh, doggy, going forward. Yeah, it's okay. This is a dog. This is a dog open stream. It heads like kind of down the street, and as he kind of does, like you kind of just follow suit, basically. You get to the doorway of the tavern and enter inside and rejoin with the rest of you as you're kind of discussing like what to do. The tavern, of course, is quite dark at this point. You've lit some candles, the ones you can kind of find that are still in the main bar area, but you've not done too much exploring of the overall like building.
I can help with this.
Oh, cool.
I have dancing lights and fairy fire.
Got him.
Oh,
Yep.
man,
Which one do you want, guys?
Party hard. Fairy lights.
Party King.
Yeah, I'm a drow.
Beautiful.
Hold on. I'm just checking which one is better for our current situation.
I'm just sitting here like Hubert's the only one who needs some more light because both of us should have dark vision.
I've got like superior.
And also
dark
me. And also I need to see.
Well, now that you've arrived,
The
I'm
most
Like
powerful
Damon
dark
like
vision imaginable.
swings the door open and it's just pitch black. Hello?
just
Hello?
hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Like two white eyes open up in the darkness, two more open up. Hey guys, you're back.
Yeah.
There you go. Dancing lights. It's my cantrip.
Roll
Yeah, nice.
initiative.
So it's some
Been up
like
to sitting in darkness, just sitting in darkness, doing absolutely nothing.
yeah, nothing, man.
Fuck
Nothing,
yeah,
nothing
guys.
suspicious at
We
all.
found nothing, man.
Bro, it's all suspicious, man. I'm just in darkness, bro. Don't worry about it.
Just Blair Witching, just standing in the corner. facing just-
It's Lillian's punishment. She's like into the naughty corner.
Yeah.
Hubert's just got his head pressed against the wall. Like those, those children in timeout. Those horrible
In
statues.
such time
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, such
Look
time
at a
out.
single drip of black from his forehead pressed up against the wall.
Yep. So yeah, we kind of like put all these lights and like as the humans walk in and they're like, okay, cool. As you kind of do, give me a quick perception test because there's something you could possibly notice that might be of interest as they kind of step through the door.
All of us?
All of you,
Everyone?
Except for Mog and I, right?
except for
You know.
except for them. Yeah, no, you failed it already.
Everyone else.
You're done, mate. You're done.
I am done.
Fucking done, mate.
You are cut off.
You're cut off.
Allegiance.
You've had enough perception today.
Oh!
No, nice.
Natty, big number. Foot, foot.
That's right. It's my
Jesus.
one good roll for the game.
Jesus Christ.
Flip, flip, flip.
Okay.
It is
so
Who knows
noticed.
that Roman gets a one good roll a game?
One natural 20
That's
that helps you out.
That's
So
gonna be
Nick,
shit.
what you see is basically a wanted poster that's on the door as you kind of open it up. Like it's a wanted poster that looks like it's been like tacked there like probably in the last couple hours. Like not since you've been in obviously in the tavern, but you might not just have noticed it as you were kind of like walking by. But
Yeah.
there's a
I'll raise my
poster,
hooded
like a wanted
lantern to
poster.
look at it.
Like
Ew, look.
Bat one of the little fairy lights over it.
it's
Yeah.
it's like basically like images of what you guys look like and wanted in connection with the death of guards within the poor district of Arbor.
Am I roller skating like a boardwalk caricature?
Yeah, you are.
I'd like to be roller skating, maybe playing the saxophone. If I was
Yep.
to requisition this caricature, but I don't know what the artist has done here. I'm going to be picking it apart the whole time. I think it's a terrible
Yeah.
image they made of us.
Oh well, actually, hold. Let me just do you a quick roll about the artist because we can do that for you.
Bear's just having one of those Flynn Rider moments. Like they never get my nose right.
There's like it's like that weird like terrible like stick figure drawing. Like they've got the basics of what you guys look like. Like
Oh my
Really
god!
big ears and weird horns and a tail.
this one's a tiefling. They've got
Horns and a tail.
and the flippy
It's done
boys.
Is she red? I can't remember what color she is. What color? Lillian.
What color is Lillian?
Yeah.
Are you red?
Red.
It's just done in red crayon or
Yes,
red wax.
red.
Yeah.
Red wax.
Mine's done in purple crayon.
Noise lines coming out of Hubert.
Yeah. Noise lines coming out of your butt too. It's like, oh,
Oh fuck
I
yeah!
like to imagine like if you could just see
It's like
like
you're fighting.
the grid in front of my face, and Damon's like, "I'm perfect. I look great."
But it's just like they're not noise lines, Hubert. They're stink lines.
Impossible.
yeah. I think you smell.
I reserve them.
You do smell.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, like this it's one person. Now for bed, because of your lightning
My
sharp
nat
perception,
20.
you can hear
Fatty.
there are about
And smell.
4 individuals outside who are like kind of surrounding the building. It seems like they're like quietly
Oh, there
like
we go.
chilling out like around the place, but like
How do you do when they do that?
clearly like they are armed. You can hear the kind of like your rattle of chain and sword and like all that kind of stuff. And you're like,
Hmm.
yeah.
I hate this. I already hate this. Baird,
I hate-
Baird relays that. Just like we're very slowly being surrounded by people.
What?
Just holds up the poster like we're wanted.
No! I'll snatch the poster and walk out the front door.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh god damn it!
Prepare your spells.
I know
The
it's
idiot
Hubert,
is
the
escaping.
performance.
Yep.
We're wanted to play a perfect performance. Come, Bed, come. We're in high demand.
We're in high
Head and
demand.
hands.
Look at this. They're going to pay us $100 billion.
Lillian, I'm going to hit him in a minute.
Like pushing your head down. Like, no.
Lord, give me strength.
Yeah, both of us are like that right now.
Oh, lordy lord.
To bust out the kazoo, I think.
Takes out bow.
So yes, yes, yeah. So Damon, you walk outside.
Yes.
Yep, you walk out to the you're kind of looking around the place, looking for what's
I'm
what.
just still going to see if there are people out there because Bed just said there were.
You look around, do me a perception test. You're kind of not obvious.
Oh, no,
He
not
doesn't
again.
believe me.
Do
You
it.
see this, Lillian? He doesn't think I'm telling the truth. I'm insulted.
Every time.
That's racist.
No! No!
You're like,
That perfectly fits.
no, there's no one here. What are you doing about?
Bed,
Natural
you're
20,
crazy.
natural one.
I'm going
You're
to kill
paranoid,
you.
Bed. Don't worry about it.
Sure, you paranoid.
Mhm.
Gonna
Well, I don't
make
see
you
anyone.
paranoid to sleep.
The dirt nap.
The good old dirt nap, the one you crave.
Okay, now I'm really gonna throw hands.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna throw my hands like this, and if you get in the way, it's your own fault. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and you're kind of inside, and Matt and Mog are huh. They draw their kind of weapons, and there's kind of Damon's there's no one here. And they're they look to Bed and
There are
They're
people out there. I can hear them. Bear just points to their big ears,
Trust the elf ears.
Trust the elf ears.
you hear them. You hear them start to dissipate though, as they start to. You can hear they can starting to leave.
Oh,
Yeah, and then you don't hear them after that.
I think they're leaving.
should we?
Oh, I'm sure they're leaving, Bed. Of course they're leaving now that I can't find them. I see.
Can I roll an unarmed attack to smack him over the back of the head? Look, it's probably going to break my hand because you're wearing plate armor.
I have a full helmet.
He's gonna hear a gentle ting.
Dong.
No, wait, I'm just going to
What's
push
that?
one of the fairy lights, on one of the dancing lights at you and hope that it hits you in the face. It's not going to do anything. It might just
You get-
temporarily blind
You
you.
get it caught inside my helmet. Ah!
It's good.
No, it burns. Oh, it's too bright. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't see anything ever again.
Good.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Clearly,
does this place have a second story?
Yes, it does.
And are the windows boarded shut, or are you
Yes,
still able to see through them?
all the windows, most of the windows are boarded shut, though it's not, of course, it is easy enough to pry a bar open off the.
Okay.
It's relatively easy enough if you have any kind of and pull down the stuff. It's obviously a rush job, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Matherman looks a little bit unimpressed at this point. He's okay, dokie, and kind of takes a seat. And Mog oh.
We're making a very bad first impression.
The first impression's the way made. He's not surprised, but he's not impressed either. So
He's just yes, this is where I have chosen to align my sensibilities.
yeah. So he's what is the next course of action we plan to take? This is Matherman, of course.
Well, we were either planning on going to, I forgot the name, Havensburg?
Barrowtown.
Or we were going to go to the little, was it Fisher's Rest on the edge of the thing and potentially head up to the Barren Marsh?
Yeah, that's the one.
Why the Barren Marsh? Sorry.
Because when we were at the farm, there was evidence that stuff had been shipped up to the Barren Marsh that was basically poisoned.
You still have the documents as well. You have those documents
yes.
and stuff. There you go.
Produce the documents.
You produce the documents, and he like looks kind of through them a little bit. It's like, okay, and like he's just down to clown with whatever you guys decide. He's like, okay. Are we planning to leave soon? And like he kind of hears the rain outside, and it's like, the church is not pleased with my leaving, and I do not know for certain exactly how they plan to deal with that.
Oh,
But-
so we should definitely leave now.
Yeah, probably.
What is their policy? Do they eliminate any former paladins? Do they send out hit orders?
In certain circumstances, they can, but I don't know what I'm not certain about their plan, to be honest. It is difficult to say whether they're going to come after me or they're just going to start burning this place to the ground, honestly.
Either way,
We're going
we
to
should
burn it to the
probably
ground
leave.
in the rain,
Yikes.
Mafferman. Silly.
The rain has to stop sometime.
Oh, shit.
Jacob, is there just random
think about that.
crap all over the floor? And if there is, can I pick a tiny rock up and ping it at the back of Damon?
You may.
I have had enough.
There's probably like,
Should I
there's
say
probably,
Lillian
there's probably
has
like
had enough?
It's probably like a spoon. Like it's sort of spoon, like
Ding.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. It's like a probably wooden spoon.
I'm like, you can't see my face,
Well-
but I look actively surprised, and then I'll sit down. Fine.
Like,
But you see, like it's got to be a roll, because what if it misses nat ones and hits Mathaman?
It's true. Actually,
10 out of 10.
honestly,
It's
roll it for
time
me.
to
Good
monkey
friends.
wrench the session.
Roll me a
Right.
dexterity attack. Yeah, like the.
If you
the
miss,
attack.
I'll hit him with my sword, and the
can I-
reverberation might deafen him.
Fuck.
There we go.
Just
It wasn't good.
blind to me.
Just
Yeah.
temporarily.
It flies past him.
You do hit him. No, actually,
I don't know it's coming either,
you
right?
need
I'll
to
be
10.
facing
You like
away.
you like kind of throw it and it like whizzes past him. You're like, oh fuck. You get more than a 10, but you don't get the AC. It just doesn't hurt him. Still hit someone at 10, but not hurt
Yeah.
them.
Fair enough.
Hey, excuse me. And then I'll still sit down because I'm realizing that people are getting a little bit too pissed off at me now. And Mog's not. I'm like, I look over at Mog, who just shrugs at me, I guess, and I'm like, Mog, everyone's bullying me.
Is it possible for
I
there to
don't
go?
think that you should bully Damon.
Then stop your idiot from talking.
He is not my idiot. He is his own man.
Yeah, I'm my
As
own.
I
idiot.
am.
You're your own idiot. You're definitely still an idiot.
Idiots.
Is it possible for
Crap.
Bear to go outside and have a look around and see if they can figure out why their potential attackers left?
You can. Would you like to do a wisdom check to kind of like just figure it out? Because you can do that as well. You like use your big brain. You're like, why would I do that?
Yeah, all
So that'd
right.
be like, yeah, you can go that as well. You do walk outside. You kind of have a look around. And you're like,
All right, fingers crossed. Great for Mojo. Nah. Told you, one good roll.
yeah.
The rest of it's garbage.
Could be a
Actually, I get
conspiracy.
Yeah,
Just
Bear
saying.
just goes outside in the rain. It's like, no, it's too wet out here, and goes back inside.
No, shan't.
My
Not
nice
today.
jacket is getting wet.
Not today. Cool. I know. So yeah, okay. Matherman kind of speaks up and is like, so we are going to the Bower Marsh and going to find a passage through there. You mentioned a individual that had escaped potentially.
All
Tarvin, do you know if they still remain here or not? Or
we know is that he potentially went into the sewers the other day, and haven't seen him since.
right? Would it not be prudent to go and deal with him before we leave here?
How do we find him?
Look, it would. Yeah, that's the issue. Is that we have no idea how to find him.
Oh, what are criminals, you see?
Yeah, I don't
We could
exactly
ask
wanna-
Gaston. Do you have contact with this individual?
Do we have a sending
do.
crystal?
We do still have the sending stone, yeah.
It's fine.
We have long suspected that the Jerry gang uses these sewers to move things in and out of. Arthur believes that because of this, that they are connected to the cult as a wider thing, but only myself and Arthur are really aware of the cult, though the plan to deal with them is non-existent at this point. We are only trying to deal with how the disease affects the town, not the potential root cause. There's dispersions exactly to the cult's legitimacy or whether they are even the source of this plague. But at the very least, we know that there has been some interaction between them and the Jerry gang. So if you have contacts with them, which we understand Gaston to have, that would be where I would suggest you start.
Be worth asking Gaston then.
That's up to
In
you.
the Sending Stone, I'm going to pass the next to Ed.
Why me?
Because we can.
Because you're good at words. Ha!
Good at words. And the last time I
Voice.
called Gaston, I'm pretty sure it sounded like a booty call.
Wait, when did you call Gaston? I don't think you ever
I think
called
it was
Gaston.
like a while back, like, hey baby, are you okay?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we
right,
did. We
yeah.
did. We did.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember it was like a booty call. I was like,
Yeah, you up.
Yeah.
You up? All right. Okay. Well, Barrett's gonna activate.
when the
this
plague's
thing,
happening, what are you going to do?
stone, whatever.
Okay, what are your 25 words?
25 words or less.
Oh,
God
yes.
damn it.
Yeah, it's a
Haven't
tweet.
had- Yeah, it's a tweet.
Don't forget to add the hashtags as well. So
I'm not adding any hashtags to this horse shit.
you can add hashtag on roleplay. That exists in here. Yeah. Just slide that in there. Yeah, easy.
My tweet is going to be, hold on, I need to I need to think about this. Let me think.
Open notepad.
Yeah, but you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm opening a Word document and typing out 25 words.
The equivalent of Bear just like scribbling on a piece of parchment.
Yeah, but Bear's like writing it down like,
Matherman gets up and walks towards one of the back rooms as you kind of are like fiddling with the message. You're like, it's probably, and you're like getting your quill and pen, parchment. And you're like, yeah, it's gonna be this. And he goes into the back storage room and brings out like some like food. He's like, kind of like seems to rummage around for a bit, and it comes out with like some beans and then a pot and puts them in the thing and then starts a fire.
Nice. Gotta
Yeah,
help him with that. Do I have things to throw in?
Do you have
No,
beans?
it's just beans. Are there more than beans?
beans.
I've
Everyone
just
loves
got like
beans.
ration stuff. Here's
Yeah, she gets some
ration.
herbs, my dude.
Mhm.
If only you had decided to get. Actually, you probably have some herbs. I'll tell you what. I'll do.
We
You can do a
left
stole
over.
retrospective.
stuff from the farm.
Yeah, you stole horses on the farm, not like herbs and
stole
like
food.
the 7 secret herbs and spices.
I stole food.
3 peaches. So many peaches.
Yeah, I
So
stole
many peaches.
peaches and apples.
Ooh, peaches and beans. Ooh, that's not too
Ew.
bad. Yummy. Yeah, but you should have some herbs, like potentially. Roll me a survival test to see how many herbs you have left. Like you probably have dried them a
Sure.
little bit because you're weird like that. I guess as a ranger doing.
They stole
strange
them.
ranger
Don't forget,
things.
the more details you give me, the more blessed I can make your entire
There
time.
we go.
Ow.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
have
did have that delightful meal last time. I got a 16
You
on
have
my
some.
survival roll.
You have some nice sprigs of rosemary. Actually, you got some really good
Ooh.
proper sprigs of rosemary. You're like, oh, I could probably use that.
Oh, pass
You have a
over.
little bit of. You have some bay leaves as well. Oh, so no, not bay leaves. They were basil, I'll say.
Ah.
Basil.
Very nice.
That's not on the mind.
Yeah.
All right, I've got my 25-word tweet.
All right, let's
It's just-
lay it on me.
Just, are you in Arbortown? We're looking for Tarvin. Lost him down the sewers.
Okay,
Okay.
Liquid.
Succinct.
He responds. he's like,
Beautiful.
He is. Reflect on this one. Yes, in Arbortown.
Hmm.
Where are you in Arbortown at the moment?
The response,
I can come to you.
just in the tavern.
Beans.
You can't respond because you only got one use a
Oh,
day.
it was only one use. Damn it.
You can only use it once a day. That's how things. I think something that. Okay, please, I'll double check that setting stone thing.
We are beans.
Yeah.
Setting stones. Thanks, Stones. Powers. When activated, a Setting Stone can use a Setting Stone target on the bear and its pair. If the stone had no bear at the moment of the casting, the stone did not cast the same spell. The power can be used once, after which the stone recharges at dawn next day.
Bear just stares at the message that he sent, just like...
It's okay. It'll be dawn like in a few hours.
Useful. Fucking sit with our thumbs up our butts for a few hours while we wait for the stupid stone to recharge. Gotta be a
And
better
go
way.
looking for him.
If only you knew someone who knew anyone to do with the Jerry gang. Oh, terrible. I can't imagine any of you did any notes from the previous sessions, did you? Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe you did. Who knows?
Well-
Maybe you're pleasantly surprised.
Well, Jacob,
I look
I
like someone
did,
who
but I
takes
also
notes.
lost my notepad file, so I basically didn't. So that's what you get.
Just very bad at taking notes.
That's okay. No, look, it's not your fault, but I will punish you for it. It's what I need to do.
Shit, okay.
I don't
No,
blame
it's
you,
okay.
but you should.
It's okay.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just very, very angry.
It's fine. He might be able to find you.
I'm sure he will.
I hope not.
Looks at the 7 I just rolled. Like, it's fine.
He's not. He couldn't find his own like underwear if he was wearing it.
It's true. He might be sleeping with some fancy noble lady. Who's to say?
Who's to-
Anyway.
I didn't even
Well,
think
yeah.
Arbatan was that large. It's so desolate that you think you would have been like,
Yep. It's actually
It leans out the window.
Yep. It's
What
almost
about
it'd almost be called a city, honestly. It's Arbatan is more of a title of the town because it used to be quite a large town. It has slowly grown over time and kind of encompasses Farmhold, but there's almost no one left. You would imagine there'd be about
Everybody's
Imagine
dead, Dave.
there'd be about 5. You would imagine this town might at this point have about 300 people in it at this moment.
That's brutal.
As opposed to its maximum capacity, which you can kind of gather up to be about like 600 people, maybe like
No,
700.
that's not as many as I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it like a city to be 1,000.
Yeah, you're sitting. I was saying like 1,000 or more.
Yeah,
Let me calculate this a bit.
I was really upset. I was like, they should.
This
I
is
was making
include-
the DM do maths.
Yeah, I'm doing city-based math. I'm doing urban planning math. God. All right. There's about 1,500 people that would have lived here. Okay, how's that? Does that feel better to you?
That's a lot more dead.
Yeah, no, there's a
Yeah.
lot more dead. Yeah, there's a governess. Kathleen Arbor is actually a governess, so jot that down. Technically a duke, but we don't talk about that.
Equals Duke.
Mm-hmm.
big sniff.
I mean, my only other thought is that we could seek out the people that we'll try to figure out why we're being watched.
Because we killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Even if it was in
The wanted
self-defense.
signs, Hubert. The wanted signs.
Yeah.
But now they're gone. I want to keep
Yeah.
being watched.
Who knows?
I don't-
Maybe they've gone to go get more powerful people. They're
Well,
probably going
goody.
to come back and set our fucking building alight while we're sleeping.
Well, don't worry, I'll get set up. I'm going to set up my drum kit. I'm going to set up my sham.
It's got powered out. It's like ooh, songed out.
setting
Can
up for a
I
sellout
actually-
show.
Can I go around the building and see what type of markings they left behind and what
Yeah, absolutely.
they kind of got up to?
Want me a perception test? Go for it.
Go, go, go.
One of them left their entire journal.
Not very good.
Darn shame, honestly.
Wow.
I just got muddy boots. That's it. That's all I accomplished.
If only someone could help you and you could get advantage on the roll.
Hmm.
Oh well.
I wonder
Ah.
which two could do that.
I mean, I'm happy to go out there and help you. I've got nice dark vision.
I'll give you advantage because I think that's kind of the general consensus of what you guys are looking at. So we'll say that Bed went out with Lillian, the party mom, to help sort out what
Mostly
was going
Baird
on.
went with
Party
Lillian
mom.
to get away from Hubert.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. He's about to unleash what you know to be the boogie. And you've
Ooh.
dealt with the boogie before, and oh boy, it's just a frustrating time.
0 out of 10.
Dare not blame it upon the sunshine.
No, not doing that either.
Blame it upon the boogie.
Don't you say? Yep.
So if we're rolling an advantage, I
Roll
roll
again. Roll again. Roll again. You may roll again.
Cool.
Do not fail me again.
Do it, Lillian.
Have I
Yes.
failed you again?
You haven't failed me hard, but you've not succeeded hard either. So I mean,
Yeah, like not Starscream levels of
Moderate.
failure, but
yeah, you failed me the last time, Starscream. So you find basically like you don't find too many markings, but you do find like some cigarettes, like some like
Nice.
really ash like stuff, and like basically the like one of the other slightly nicer drawn, by the way, wanted posters as well, and they're kind of like been like left and discarded as they've kind of clearly walked away to other parts of the city. But yeah, like you don't see any markings per se. They've just left. You can infer some stuff via a wisdom check if you would like.
Sure.
Yeah, go for that. As you kind of like think like, what the? If I was a hunter,
It's like inspecting this new like wanted poster. Like it's not much better.
I am not doing good with the rolls. It's not good.
So I was friend.
Just the question marks.
oh, this is a much
Ooh.
nicer poster, by the way. Much nicer. Okay, really captures your eyes specifically, Ben.
Fantastic.
Love that. A little popping, like, ooh. Although your nose is wrong for sure.
God damn it.
I can never get my nose right.
I was right. They never get my nose right. Bear just tears up the poster like.
Yeah, and you're not sure why they would have just left, but you can infer that like they'll probably be back, maybe. Yeah.
Hopefully
Probably,
after
maybe,
dawn. when I-
potentially.
hopefully after dawn when our sending crystal is recharged.
Yeah, you get the sense that at the very least you want to put like a watch on.
Okay.
Maybe we should just get a little bit of rest while we've got the chance and we're waiting for the sending crystal to recharge. We can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea, Bad.
You bed down for the evening.
Hey,
You don't really go upstairs because everything's been ransacked up there, so you just tend to like have a little snoozable doozable on the like actual tavern floor. And yeah, you bed down for the night. You make bean and rosemary Kiev?
Something.
Something.
Kiev?
Some,
Actually,
What are we crumbing them in?
yeah.
potato?
It's not how potato works.
You can do many things with potato. That's what Food Wars taught me. So
Yeah, if you've got a lot of time and a food processor.
yeah, what else are you gonna do? What you got an important place to be? Mathman, give me a little bit of sass.
yeah, for any roasted rat.
Yep, so you've been there for the night
Everywhere.
and you basically have a sleep. Now do me a perception test throughout the evening. Are you doing any watches?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
35-minute
Yeah.
improv jam using mostly throat singing techniques that sound like
Please stop. Some of us are trying to meditate.
Definitely
Zen
Mog and
is a-
Damon will take up the bulk of the night watch.
I will 100% attest to being a shadow monk and being able to cast silence in the place you're meditating.
How's that?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, cool. So who's on first watch?
I think wouldn't Mog be on first watch? He's usually on first watch.
Yeah, Mog will be on first watch then.
And I'll take second
that'd be
watch. And then as it gets early in the morning, I think Lillian will wake up at that point.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as it's been 4 hours of me meditating,
Exactly.
it counts as 8 hours sleep, so I can take the third watch.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Does
So
Ben
Mog,
take watch?
And L.
Yeah, Bear takes watch all the time.
Okay.
Bear only needs to get 4 hours of trance before they're
Yeah.
fully rested. So
Up anyway. You might as well use the time productively.
Yep. So Mog finishes the first watch, and Mathman does stay up with him. They bed down, and the second watch will have who exactly? Sorry, was it?
So it goes
Damon?
Mog, Damon, Lily, Mog, Damon, Ben, and then Lillian.
All right, Ben and Lillian, do me that. Roll.
Okay, cool.
Perception.
I'll make my roll
Sorry
as
about
well.
Good. Bed's rolling perception as well, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, my
All
cat is being
good.
a pain. Ugh.
Yeah, that was much better.
Damn it. How
Muscle
dare you,
scrap.
Lillian? How dare you? One more than what my sneaky assassins tried to do. Oh, terrible.
I'm
I mean,
having
what?
none of this tonight.
Yes. All right.
None of this.
So you are doing your chill thing, and bed is kind of like lightly strumming, like possibly on their like little do magic flute. Who's to say? Who's to say honestly?
Just on the
it's a-
lyre, just like
Just on the lyre,
plucking.
like- Lie like wine. Yeah, it's sweet and heady. And as you're kind of like listening, you're kind of like relatively alert. You're like you're doing your old tiefling zen, like archery type dealio, and you hear what sounds like pittons basically being like pressed into the door frame. And it's at the front. It's like the front door, and you kind of like hear not like a dock, like
Yeah.
like it's like making sure that the door can't be opened.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear this, and you then hear like kind of like outside is like some like footprints. You feel like say like 2 guys outside, but like maybe 3 or 4 in total. Again, that kind of like heavy set chainmail that you've heard before as well. Like you feel that you are under attack. So what do you
Cool.
like to do?
I'm gonna flip the pot and start banging it with the spoon. Like, get
Everybody
up!
get up.
Fucking beans everywhere.
There's beans everywhere. She's like just slopping the beans on people. We're like, okay, it's time.
Get
Bean
up.
time. And like,
I've seen Hubert do this enough. Is this how it works?
Quick, roll me a performance check. Roll me a performance check. Go. Activate.
Yes!
Yeah, the excellent performance. But everyone does wake up, obviously. We'll see how good this performance actually is, and is alerted as
Esmond.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord!
Nailed
Thank
it.
you for blessing me, my two and
A perfect fucking Moby Dick drum solo.
Yeah, a Berg Moby Dick jump solo. It's beautiful, beautiful, and like, so it's a true bop as you wake up. You're like, what the fuck? And yeah, like Matherman like kind of gets up, unarmed.
It's like, I'm so proud, Lillian.
Most of you are unarmed except for Lillian and Baird. But he like stands up and is like, what is it? What are we in danger? Pulls out, like he grabs his sword
Yes.
from the sheath, and like you all kind of activate as you hear like the kind of door, like they kind of seem to retreat a bit from this place.
Oh no, we've been spotted.
Yeah, and they're like, you can hear like, light it. And
Oh no!
they like throw something, and you hear crashing of glass
They're gonna have
and a
to
smell of fire. And at this point, yeah, like we'll do initiative, and we'll go into then basically like having the old party on, Wayne, party on Garth.
Initiative roll.
Yeah, do it.
Initiative.
Not as
So we'll do basically initiative, and then we'll probably do a quick break because obviously we're halfway through our lovely stream, and we'll get back into it with a bit of combat. We'll see where these initiatives lie, and I'll just quickly put it into the inn.
I am.
solid work.
Good
The,
job,
the
Hubert.
bards are just rolling in the 15s.
Oddly specific number.
Yeah, why
It's
not?
rolling in 15s. $15 bills. Rolling in them.
Dollar bills, y'all. So we'll move it to this. This is basically what the inn kind of will kind of look like.
Fight city. Fight city, bitch. 15 cents my initiative. Bitch.
Yeah,
Calm
got
down.
him. Yeah, you got him. Lovely. So we'll just get this. We'll add turn here. So you should be able to add your turn there. Lovely. Love that for me.
Not gonna fall in my face. here.
Big old 19.
This is not the first time a Hubert Samshelm show has been tear gassed.
It won't be the last. Yeah. So you can smell like there's like obviously tar and like some kind of like inflammatory, like something flaming on. Obviously they were given away by the pittons and like kind of the last like little bit of what they were kind of up to, and so you have the before it really gets properly set on fire. Though, but the second fire is a bit of a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them. But I think. Ooh, Mog getting all the sweet juice. I think he's got more than that, but we'll leave it at that for now. And then we've got Hubert. What was yours? 11?
15!
15.
Put it on already. Oh.
You have not. You lied to me. All right. And with that, we will take a quick break and we'll come on back. So we'll see you with the really old combat-y wombity. We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Combat time.
Activate. Combat time. All right. See you. Having something that you can kind of physically see and be like, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, is a very simple way to just keep story flowing.
It's another tool to communicate to the players what's happening.
Imaginations are endless.
Players who are new into the game, being able to describe, what a crypt or a dais or something is.
I believe we're in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, this pops right up on my screen and I can see all this stuff and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
That is amazing. That's so good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dang.
To have that visualization right there. Pretty impressive, yeah.
Having the visuals, it kind of brings it into a cool world.
This is the second time I played D&D. The first time I played, I actually filled in for a guy that couldn't make it to a session. I made his character completely chaotic evil. I could probably help you out of there, but you're gonna have to give me that coin pouch. And killed the entire party I was with, and yeah, I can't really play with those guys anymore. Because my perception is usually pretty high, I can see a lot of things that the other people can't see, which means that I can kind of take advantage of situations a lot easier than I would be able to in just a normal tabletop standard. Like, it'd be very hard to be like, hey guys, I know the Dungeon Master just said I've got all this stuff in the corner, but don't look at it because you characters can't see it.
I believe in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, oh, this pops right up on my screen and I can see all this stuff and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
What? Oh, that's
Never played it, never played anything interactive. It was always on my bucket list. I've always seen it on movies. My friends play it, and I heard that it's like really immersive and that it can last for months.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I couldn't fathom how gameplay works like that. Like tailoring that some people could see certain things and then like other players couldn't. When they said it's all your imagination, I'm like, what? Like anything?
I'm gonna run up to one of them and like hook my bow over its head, draw it back, and like decapitate.
Imagination is endless, and I think having the visuals, it kind of brings it into a cool way.
Let me tell you why you're here. What if I told you you could mix augmented reality with your RPGs? You take the miniature, the story ends. You keep scrolling and believe tabletop games are limited to physical models. Download Ardent Roleplay. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the chance to add something new.
Having something that you can kind of physically see and be like, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, is a very simple way to just keep story flowing.
It's another tool to communicate to the players what's happening.
Imaginations are endless.
Players who are new into the game, being able to describe, what a crypt or a dais or something is.
I believe we're in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, oh, this pops right up on my screen, and I can see all this stuff, and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
That is amazing. That's so good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dang.
To have that visualization right there. Pretty impressive, yeah.
Having the visuals, it kind of brings it into a cool world.
And we're back. Hello. Welcome back to the Ardent Roleplay stream and the lovely cast we have here. Once again, they are just about to get into some combat, so I think we'll dive right in. All right. So you can kind of hear outside, obviously, yeah, like there's a bit of the old fire. We have at the top of the initiative order, let me just quickly make sure this is going the right way. We have old Mathman. Mathman is going to probably take this opportunity to try and bust down this here door, and oh my god, it's both Mathman and Mog. The two
NPCs go first.
If only I had looked at this beforehand and was like, oh yes. I'll do one of these things earlier.
Jacob's little brain CPU just overheats. It's
exactly. Manages to kind of
Brains
like starts like trying to bust down the door, but doesn't quite manage to get like enough to actually knock it down properly. Like kind of like does a bust, no go. Mog similarly comes up behind him and tries to give him a little bit of a hand with it. I'm not sure about how much Mog's strength is, but I'm going to do a bit of an animation. A lot. And
Plus
smashes
12.
straight on down, and opens up the doorway, and the two exit out into
They
the
just bail
street.
on us.
Sweet.
Yep. And then it is Hubert's go.
Yes.
Do it,
I'm
Hubert.
panicking and flapping a lot. A lot of flapping occurs. And I'm going to look to bed and say, "Fire! Fire! Fire! What's the fire? People, put it out!" And can I see out the window? Can I see some people outside? Or
No, you can't see anyone outside. It's all been boarded up. I think there might be one that Lillian went to the top rung and kind of like opened up a little bit of the section to see what was going on out there, but see too much when she was.
Well, I'm going to dash up to where Lillian is. And have a look.
I'm on like the same, like I'm the same area as you. It's like literally banging on the pot. I'm still there, like holding like wooden spoons.
But there is a second floor. I hear rumors.
Supposedly, there is in fact
allegedly
alleged second floor.
Allegedly.
What's my egress to the second floor?
Your egress to the second floor? It's a doorway
on the right.
Just on the right.
Aha! I see this now. Well, I would like to. And that would be a dash action, I believe. So that's me.
Beautiful.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah, you're puffed. You're puffed, honestly.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's your turn.
Tis.
Tis.
Yeah. I'm just generally yelling about the fire.
Freaking out.
Freaking out a little bit. All right. Well, then it is Bed's go.
Can I see where the fire is?
It is approximately like in this like section here. You can kind of get the sense of like this is where you heard it. This is where you heard the smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's outside.
It's outside. Yeah, it's not inside. There's no enemies inside you at the moment. Like inside the tavern at the moment. They're on the outside. They're trying to lock
it was inside all along.
Mm-mm.
I'm assuming it's not raining outside anymore.
No, it is not.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way towards the door. Hold on 1 second. My brain is jam.
Go brainworms, go.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna use a dash action to like run to the door because I'm gonna go outside and help put the bloody fire out and potentially get stabbed. It's fine.
Honestly, probably both. Honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Cool. And you go. You basically so you can move your character. Tell me where you're going.
Yeah. I have no idea if that's actually going to be. Hold on. It's like a dash action doubles it, doesn't it? Yeah.
So you can get outside.
Then. Yep. Actually, get outside with a dash action.
Yeah, that nice. All right,
nailed it.
Then it is Lillian's go.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just gonna like yell at Hubert.
Don't go upstairs.
Hubert! Evacuate!
yes, evacuate!
Yes, we must
going to the
escape the
second
flames.
story and just like the fire.
Yes, let me trap my. No, you just hear Bear from outside, like, no, let him trap himself.
It's fine. Yeah,
In the distance. Oh gosh. Okay.
Everyone knows hot air goes down.
I'm gonna cha-cha real smooth over here. To the doorway. What do I see out this doorway? Since I've seen 3 people run out of it and heard nothing.
You basically do see you see on the outside like there's like obviously the street view and like what do you know the street at the moment. There doesn't seem to be too many enemies, but from this vantage point you can see Mathman like kind of looking down one of the alleyways towards the T section where there are some enemies like gathering like who are obviously like kind of trying to move away at this point, but they're going to be pursued by assumedly the two clerics and paladins and such. So
Okay. Are they? Can I get a sight line of them? Because I don't know how long the distance is outside. So if I'm like use my full movement action and try and shoot at one of them,
if you
is that gonna be possible?
You should be able to, if you should be able to get a sight line on them potentially, but you're gonna have to move forward a little bit and be like, yep.
I am in the abyss.
You're in the abyss,
there so I can grab myself.
I will switch people over to the street view once everyone has kind of dealt with this. But you do see one of the individuals, and they are like looking at you with their old like waggly eyebrows, and like,
join us in the darkness.
There seems to be like there's three individuals here. There's like three kind of like leather clad like roguish looking types, and one kind of heavier set like man in what looks like kind of heavier mercenary gear.
Okay.
You don't really recognize them from the slums per se, but they do look like they're here and ready to party.
Okay. Here to party. I see.
Aren't we all?
Here to party. Alrighty. If that is the case, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can disable the big guy.
Biggest.
Just get him down.
Yeah, nice. Do it.
Cool. Remember how to do the combat. Not like I did it last week.
What is this D20 I've heard so much about?
Rolling 20? No.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Just a
My modifier changed a little bit when I ported everything, so now I'm really sad because it's like one less than what it was.
Yeah, well, you want that's good.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That does it hit them?
Oh,
nice. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, I would assume so, but thank you.
Well, if it doesn't, you have big concerns, honestly, and give up. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't take any damage. Crazy. Yep, well, damage
again.
Got him. No, not quite.
All right, how do I know? So, if it hits him, do you want me to roll my damage now, or would you like to wait for me to hit him a second time potentially?
Well, if you're gonna do the multiple hits, then do multiple attacks.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
If you got multiple attacks,
you could just kill him.
Yeah. I think it's just take him out. Just
in one go.
Rogue friends.
Yeah. Level 4 characters, very easy to kill, honestly, with a single person. So you don't need a lot of hit points on your enemies. So yeah.
He's like, don't touch my bots.
Don't you touch them. I'm gonna touch them.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna touch them with a sword, so don't worry. I'm not actually touching them, so it's fine.
It doesn't specify that it has to be the same character or NPC or whatever. But can I try and hit one of the rogues?
Yes, you may.
Cool. Let's do that then.
Attack.
Cool. How is an 18?
18 does hit the rogues.
Give him a big thwack. All right. Well, let's roll the things then.
Give it to me.
I'm doing very intense mathematical equations when I'm typing in all the stuff now. Meanwhile, it's like the most basic stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I used to be much worse at math, and I think D&D's actually helped me.
Oh,
yeah, sure. I've had that, definitely. I'm a lot quicker at like small things in my head because I'm not very fast when it comes to like, what's this and this? I don't know. I just lock up. So
yeah.
What is a math? What is a math? I don't even know.
What is a math? All right. So Big Duty Face gets a good old thwack for 10.
Jesus.
And the other Duty Face gets something else. Just one sec. I've got to memorize this, and I haven't quite memorized it yet.
It's G-rated. Come on, get
Duty Face.
Pull it in. Pull it in, buddy. Pull it in.
Dial it back.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just
just being excited about your stuff.
Yeah. Cool. He gets a 13. The
13
rogue
damage?
gets 13. Yeah, the rogue gets 13 damage, and the big guy takes 10 damage.
How dare you attack my poor rogues? Oh man, this is outrageous.
That's just how it is. Hey.
You know what?
Maybe they
You set fire to where we're sleeping.
You know what? You're under
we
arrest,
attack.
honestly. You're under arrest, honestly. That's what you are. Absolute
crimes
scum.
against Arbitown and people.
Yes, that's what they're doing. You see, they're like, yeah, you're under arrest for all those crimes you did. It's like,
no.
What if I wasn't under arrest?
We were helping. We were helping. You just didn't realize.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's just how it be sometimes.
We love that. Perception.
Sometimes it just do be like that, and that's how you go. That's how you go. All right, then is one of their goes. So I'll switch it over onto this area, which is. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, this is the old lovely streets. So it's no longer like raining, but it is still kind of like ever so lightly like spitting, if that makes sense. So it's definitely calmed down. Okay. Good.
Damon's out here, but I'm not.
Good.
Look at that mustache.
So powerful. Yep. So that is obviously and the market square for all playing at home, if you like. And as they kind of observe you guys all kind of coming on out. This lad here moves forward a little bit, pulls up their bow, and lets out. Oh, actually, the hand crossbow. My bad, and fires a shot towards you, Lillian, because
I am very annoying right now. Yes.
How dare you with your incredibly large quantities of damage?
How bad are those two looking, by the way?
The main guy doesn't look like he's sweating it too much right now, but the other guy looks like he's having a rough time. He's like,
there's definitely an arrow sticking out of his chest somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't bode well.
You should ask him, "Are you okay?" You know, having a bad time. You know, check in with him and
check in with him. Yeah, it's
just walk away when he tries to respond.
Ooh, that's really good.
Owie.
Yep, that's fine. You will take a total of.
Ooh. You can do it.
You'll take 10 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeah. In pepperoons, honestly.
Rotten pieces.
If you critical as a rogue, though, do you get your sneak attack, though? That's the real question. I don't think so.
They're sneaking, but not if they're not.
No.
They're not sneaking.
It's not exactly sneaking.
They're kind of
They're like
anything like. I love my rogues, and while I haven't played a 5e rogue properly just yet, it should like stack. So,
that one like does the attack and then moves back into cover.
Is it still dark outside? Or is it like...
It is probably still. It's probably dawn at this point. It's early dawn.
Cool.
But he moves back. Then his next ladder is going to shoot you again because take one out and then you'll be fine. Don't do a natural 20. Ooh, natural 6.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit you. Then moves back a bit. And then is Damon Theomune's go.
Speaking of Damon Theomune's go, I didn't.
Damon is inside still
to leave the building, but where's Baird? Oh, there I am.
Baird is supposed to be outside, but
he's not. Yeah. But I am outside, but I'm not supposed to be. Oh, it's all coming together now. All right, so we're going to switch back to me. We're going to switch back to me on the other screen pretty soon because I'm going to use my action to dash as per usual, and then that's 20 feet before I'm out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Yep. So you start roaming on out, and then you're 20 foot out of the building.
As I run out, I'm like, Hubert! As I run out, because obviously he's going to hurt himself.
You do
if he's left on it.
Hubert, drop that. What's in your mouth?
Hubert.
Bad
All right, so now I'm outside at this point.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to crate Hubert. Hubert needs to go in the crate.
Separation anxiety.
Yep. So
Then I have
double VR.
double
crowded out here.
Who's playing with my guy? There he is. All right. So I'm going to end up there. And then it's so I have 16 spaces of movement, right? I've already moved 4 because they're 5 feet spaces. So and I have 40 movement speed thanks to the mobile feat.
Yep.
So
very
then,
good feat.
So it's I get to
5,
there
6, 7,
by
8.
using my 50 feet of movement. I can get to there. So is that the rogue up the back there?
Yes.
All right,
which one? The one in the back there?
The one that I'm not.
With the mustache.
With the mustache.
That's heavyset guy. That's
heavyset guy. But I'm up next to the rogue.
Big old boy with the splint armor. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm up next to the rogue currently. I'm in combat with the rogue.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm just going to swing at the rogue as I go past him with my blade out. And it will hopefully make purchase. So it's.
This guy will be attacked as well. He's been damaged. All
right. Does 25 hit?
It does.
Wow.
I'd be worried if it didn't.
If it doesn't hit, you have bigger things to worry about.
So it's a 5, so I hit 17 damage.
Yep. He is taken out.
Just lock his head clean off.
Yep.
I slice clean through him. And then I move up in front of Splint Armor Man as my imposing presence, and that's my turn.
Damon is 100% an anime fighter. Like, just in every time we get into combat, Damon's just like anime moves.
Anime
moves forward, slices.
Really is.
He's very fast. He's very fast. That would have all happened pretty well instantly. You guys like kind of leave the building and you see Damon just fucking charge out of the building and then shoot down the alleyway and a huge like splash of blood from the side of the building. That's what you guys kind of see.
Go.
Damon's activated. Uh-oh.
All right, then it is a big chunky boys go. Big chunky boy is like, doesn't like you. And then gives you old little smacky do with his sword.
I'm down for that. Do it! Hit me!
Yep, he makes two of his good old long sword attacks at your facey waisty.
You are approaching me?
Cannot beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
Yeah.
Aura.
Mirror on the wall. Who is the prettiest swordman of them all? It is me, Damon Theamune. Now I remember your name. It's much easier this way. Does a 19 hit you?
Absolutely, Pam. Absolutely.
Oh, does a 20 hit you as well? Oh, cheeky,
no.
man. Cheeky.
No, that doesn't hit me.
Oh, good. Yeah, cool. I'll jot that out for next time.
keep that in mind, man. Nah, they both smash into me.
Yep, you take a total of 14 damagey doos.
That's right. I ain't even stressed. I don't even look worried.
Whatever.
As in, you can't see my face at all, but still. My body language doesn't make me look... I don't even shudder, man. Doesn't even hurt.
No, it's easy.
I cough up a bit of blood, but it doesn't even hurt.
Doesn't even.
You see a bit of blood spurt out through my helmet. That was nothing! Oh, nice.
I am always concerned about anything coming through Damon's helmet.
Yeah, the last one does not.
It's always some form of bodily fluid that we don't want to see.
He has the old short swordy boy. All right, then there's Mathman's go.
The fountain helmet.
Mathman's going to run on up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and can only really move to there because he is not a very fast boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not the fastest of individuals, but that's all right. And then he'll probably just move into here so he can do a bit of an extra dash forward so he can get into between these other rogues and the ones kind of like fighting you. Cool. And then it is Mog's go. Mog does 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And can only get to there because he's not as fast as the old Damon Theamune, and nestles in right here and does a little you're like protecting one another. You're protecting each other.
Does he use the dodge action? Because he hasn't dashed, right?
He has had to dash, yes.
Oh, did he?
Needed to. Yeah, he needed to.
Oh, okay.
Sadly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, rough. Poor guy.
He's like one
5
square
feet off. Yeah, he's 5 feet off. Poor guy.
It's almost like they planned it. Oh,
yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a threshold. Carefully designed threshold to me.
Yeah, cheeky. What can you do? All right, and then we have Hubert back inside as he's want to do.
No!
All right, Hubert, where are you going? The building is starting to burn.
Fire.
The building is starting to burn, Hubert.
Up on the second floor, is there? Like you said, it was quite smashed. And, peering out from the second floor, can I see the street below?
You can. There's a little section that Lillian is opened up that she looked out in the street before. So you can see there's the street below, but it's difficult to see where the fighting's really happening because obviously it's to the side of that kind of T intersection. So it is not an easy way to you can see some of your party members for sure.
Well, I'm going to just take a running jump. Oh, catch me! And cast Featherfall on myself.
Yeah.
As I fully horizontal.
Because I'm free.
Yeah, you bust through the top window and then fall out, and then you see basically on the street below. I think it's let's see where everyone else is at. You drunken weirdo. It's basically Lillian and Baird kind of in this oh shit.
Baird's oh fuck.
You jump out of the window. You're I'm here. What's up? It's me. I'm here to help. And then
I did tell him to evacuate.
Ever so lightly and gently onto the ground.
And I'm going to land sideways with a thumbs up, and I'm going to boo, 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 with the power of musical magic, give my big floaty note to Lillian.
Floaty note to Lillian. Oh, there you go.
Thanks.
Yep. It is then. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. Skip you. This way.
Fine. Can I see where how big is the fire? Can I see where it started, kind of thing?
It's definitely catching very quickly because of obviously the tar and the oil to ignite the fire. You'd imagine it'd be pretty difficult to extinguish, even if you try to use your many gallons of water.
Yeah, I was I could put the fire out. No, I'm not going to put the fire out.
It probably it's the fuel that's on fire is probably just going to keep burning no matter at this point it's it's also hard. Yeah, you'd have to suffocate it.
Put out an oil fire.
You have to suffocate at this point.
Oh, that's what you do.
Just wait. Can I have the other screen? I need to calculate.
Yeah, we are outside.
We're all outside.
We're not all of us. Actually, yeah, you are Hubert. That's right.
Yeah, Hubert's outside.
Yeah.
What a man!
Quite spectacularly so.
Oh,
I love to make an entrance.
That was the plan all along.
Yeah.
It was literally entirely for that. That all those
the theatrics.
The long period of time. Just long period of time. Just fucking around.
Just Deus Ex Machina.
I'm going to step forward just a couple of feet, and then on the big dude, I'm going to use Grasp of the Deep.
Yeah, do it. Grasp him.
Okay. Gotta remember. 1, 2, 3.
Grasp of the Deep.
Come on.
Grasp of the Deep.
The deep of the grasp.
Doesn't
you
work.
not manage to hit him.
It's got that monkey grip.
It's fine. It's fine.
Spooky, evil monkey grip.
Grasper, deeper, better, stronger.
It's fine. I can control the tentacle to some degree. Or make another one. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I can't actually do anything with it if it's not hitting people.
No.
It's just
a friend.
Yeah, no, it's just a creepy looking water tentacle out of nowhere. It's fine.
Slimy tendril.
100%. So
this is a real D&D session without a bit of slime.
Coolly dooley.
Nickelodeon presents.
Yeah, Nickelodeon's D&D.
Experience.
Jesus. Yeah. All right. Then it is Lillian's go.
All right. Just FYI, Don't mess with the sight lines of your archer. Because if I nat 1, I can hit you guys.
You could, yeah.
So just remember that. If you're ever up
Future
and
reference,
around
guys.
there, like,
The
just
future
by the
reference.
way.
If you
you
end up
mean?
shooting Damon, he'll understand. Hubert's like, I'm here. Now I'm here. Now I'm here. Are you gonna get them? Are you gonna shoot them? Are you gonna hit them?
My other way.
Stop!
Oh dear. Okay, let's see where I can. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Boop.
Nope.
I'm just gonna shoot someone again. This one, in fact, over
Incredible
here.
sound effects.
I thought that was the one that Damon cut in half.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
oh, there's one gone.
He's
dead.
dead,
As, dead as
Damn
cat.
it! I
Just
don't have a line for anyone else unless
give
you allow
you-
that one.
Oh,
Can
bless
I-
you with this. He has the great thing of the single turn of his own, like gasping for breath as he dies. So that's fun. Wait,
Yeah, he has that thing.
wait around for that. Yeah. It's something that makes you suffer as characters, you see, because you're
Nice.
butchering people in the streets.
Well, can I kill his friend then? Because we're
you
horrible
may
people.
kill his friend. Yay!
Wonderful.
Go for it.
They're bounty hunters. They knew what the job was. Oh, I should note that the gold reward for your capture is 400 gold.
Not very much.
I think I just hit Mathaman.
Comparative to how many people usually live, yeah, it's quite a lot of money. But yes, you hit Mathaman. What? Oh, you
I
God.
may have hit Mathaman.
Oh no.
I rolled a natural.
What?
one.
You actually rolled the nat? Gosh, darn.
Roll it. Roll your natural one. In fact, actually, because you're aiming this way, are you right eye dominant or left eye dominant? What do you think?
Oh, I haven't actually done too many left-handed, so probably left dominant.
You're left dominant. All right. So
Left dominant.
Yeah, slightly that way.
Let's add that extra bit of evil for the apparently left-handers were evil at one point in time.
Yeah,
That's you.
Do
Yeah,
that.
they still are,
Definitely
honestly.
Apparently.
Cool. Yeah, you do hit mathematics. You're leaning to the left a little bit.
Whoops.
Uh-oh. Got him.
Nailed it.
Do I need to roll that damage for him? Poor dear.
Yeah, you do need to roll that damage for him. Yes. It's like
I
stab
have
in the back.
a
It's like,
lot of apologizing to do.
yeah, pretty much.
This guy is not going to come with us. We were going to adopt this NPC. This NPC is going to kill us all.
No,
Yeah.
he's not having a goddamn bar of it, honestly. Not having a
I
I
goddamn
was
bar.
going to travel with you guys, but fuck it.
The agency is definitely not going to allow this adoption to happen.
Mhm.
So you shot our child in the
Really
back.
abusing him.
We took him out for a test drive and we shot him.
Yep.
Nailed it.
I shot him.
I hit him for 6
You
damage.
shot me. You shot me
takes-
right in the ass.
Why would you do this? Why would you shot me in the ass?
Oh, I'm in terrible pain.
I'm not
takes-
dead. I'm just very badly burned.
I think you've become
My leg is broken.
I haven't thought about Austin Powers for about 10 years. Thanks, guys.
You're
Goddamn.
welcome.
Austin Towers. What a beautiful time. Honestly. Too pure.
I wouldn't call that show pure at all.
Oh no! But anyway, so this stabby boy is going to try and stab old Moggy Doo, and see how he goes with that. You never know. Get him. Ooh, he does not hit Mog. No, Mog is stacked like a brick shit house.
Does he hit
There's
his friends?
Damon. He does not.
Sorry.
But it is now Damon Theomune's go.
All right. All right.
Come on, Fido, pull us out of this.
Yeah, never
Hell
forget
no.
that I forgot your name that one time, but now you've always been as Damon Theomune. You have to say the entire name.
Damon Theomew.
You have to say the
Damon.
whole name.
You'd have to say
I
the
do love that
entire
last
name.
name.
Except for Hubert, because fuck that last name.
Sam Shalam.
Sam Shalam.
Nope.
That's a very standard name indeed.
Shaman.
So what I'm going to do is, for this guy's in you said he was in Splint Mail, right?
Splint Mail, yeah.
Yeah. Which is quite insane. So what I'm going to do is,
Stacked.
I'm going to use my action surge, pushing myself beyond my normal limits for a moment after seeing my friend Mog about to get slaughtered. Even though the guy missed, I'm still worried about him. So I'm gonna allow the blood to pump through my veins, and then I'm gonna swing out at the guy that I'm in front of, the Splint Mail, with my sword first, as my first action. I use my first action actually to use a dash maneuver first, announcing that I'm going to dash. Then
Okay.
I'm going to attack Split Mailman on my right because I'm facing towards Mog now.
Yep.
Which I'll make that attack.
You whip around like a tornado of flame.
And as I spin around, I slice him. I'm trying to go for his neck here.
Yep, go for it. Yeah, it's full natural 20. His neck gets chopped.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I got a 15 though.
Yeah, you got 15. You do not manage to hit him, unfortunately. His flint mail is too powerful. It's protecting his neck. You best protect your neck. You best protect your neck.
Yes. Now let me just have one quick check. My character features are just a fucking gigantic monumental list.
Classic fighters.
Right? Exactly.
You do hate to see it, but you also love to see it.
So thanks to my mobile feat, it says when I make a melee attack against a creature, I don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of this turn, whether I hit or not. So even though I didn't hit, I'm going to dash over to Mog, and I'm going to run up behind the guy fighting Mog, and I'm going to spin around and try to slice down into his back.
Yep, into his
And I'm
gullet.
going to make my attack again. So... unfortunate. Bad roll.
You do manage to hit though.
Ooh, it's a rogue. It's a roguelike. All right, and then it's going to be.
Oh, these guys are
probably immediate death. Oh no, bad rolls. 13 damage.
14 damage. Yeah, he takes some damage.
13 damage.
He takes some damage.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter. All right, so yeah, 13 damage. And then that I think, that will be my turn.
Cool. So this individual here is going to go, let me see, 5, 10, 15,
Spider-Man.
20.
I love that.
It's great.
20, 25, 30, and then do a bonus action to dash forward. He's a rogue, so you can kind of do. And then get into position with Lillian, who's throwing some arrow boys up at this point, and going to attack them. Yeah, gotcha.
Ooh, nice.
Take for me.
Take 4
5 points of damage as you get stabbed.
Cool.
You're nice. And then from the roof come 2 individuals. Pop out on either side and jump on down. This one here like kind of uses a knife obviously to like pull down on like the brick and like land kind of properly and then stab at you, Lillian. Oh, crazy. And this time he gets advantage on the attack because he's got a buddy-o who
flanking. We love.
I love flanking. It's honestly the best. Just
man, I used to use it all the time with my rogue.
You've got it. It's so you can get your sneak attack, you see.
That's it. Where's my boy?
That's it. What's your AC again?
Where's 14.
Oh, just meets, not even meets beats, but just gotcha. So you take this time 12 points of damage as you feel the knife stab into your side. And this bloke here is going to jump on down in a similar kind of fashion, move over towards here, and then stab this bloke in the back, the old math man, as he is wont to do. Oh, actually, no, he can't do that. He doesn't want to do that. Math man's a bit for Chad. Actually, he's gonna go fight the squishy. He's gonna go come to bed. I forgot that guy is actually dead. See, I did it as well.
Classic.
He forgot he was dead, and so he got back up. He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm terribly sorry.
Apologies,
guys.
Yeah,
My apologies.
You get hit. Take 5 points of damage.
Gosh, this is embarrassing.
God damn it!
God damn it. Yep. And that.
Wait, can I have a reaction?
You may.
Hellish Rebuke.
You may Hellish Rebuke. Yes. Don't forget, Lillian. You can Hellish Rebuke too.
I can. I was about to say I can.
Hold on, let me.
No,
I just forget what it does.
It's
oh yeah, I keep forgetting. It's like reaction.
I will allow you to do it. I will allow you to do it because technically they are working at the same initiative. So they timed it. So you may do your Hellish Rebuke.
All right,
Bazinga.
gotta roll the thing.
Okay.
It's a wisdom save to resist it, is it, or is it just you take they take damage? I think
It's
just
a
take
dex
damage.
for me.
Dex save.
Well, they might take half.
Yeah.
May take half. This one takes a half.
Is that Borat?
No. What are you talking about?
Okay, hang on.
Oh, it's so close to not taking half.
All right.
The
So who is who? And
so the
what is
one
what?
attacking you, Lillian, takes the half. The one
Okay.
attacking Baird takes full.
Okay, so it's a 2d10 fire damage.
2d10. Very nice.
Do the thing.
Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man can.
I'll just do it.
I love this song.
Oh!
Whoa.
Dear Lord!
What's the deal with that?
They regret their life choices.
Good. Don't touch me. How much damage did I take again? 12. Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
So they've taken. My bud's taken 6 damage for the pleasure of hitting me.
Yeah, and it wasn't pleasure, honestly. It's delightful.
So mad right now.
How much damage did I take? By the way, I've already lost it.
Oh.
You've taken 5 damage.
5. Okay, cool.
All right, that is Chads McGee's go with his massive and beautiful beard. And Chaz McGee's going to probably attack the opposite to attack Demon Theomune, because you know what? How dare you, Demon Theomune? How dare you come into his dojo and try and take his pinatas?
Oh no.
Damn it.
Damon Theomune is capital fucked.
20. Actually, it's 2d20 drop 1 because you've got the old advantage. It's plus how much this guy got for 5, I think. Yes. All right, this is our calculation. We're just going to roll this 3 times because. Oh, I didn't drop the 1, did I? Did I drop the 1? Yeah, it's dropping the 1, is it? Why is that not dropping the 1? What the? God.
Natural 1,
just
boys. Oh, fuck.
I'm just going to calculate this now. That's a 13 to hit. That's a 23 to hit. That's a 21 to hit. So I think 2 of those hit you.
Yeah, I would hang on. I don't think that's true. I think all 3 of those hit me. The 13 hits me too.
The 13 hits you as well.
Yes.
Much concern.
No, I'm not. No, I have a full plate helmet on.
Oh.
I'm not in full plate. No, that's why I don't take
naked the whole time.
No, I've just been in like basic leather armor. I'm just in leather.
Nice.
He's got the helmet.
But my helmet is full plate. I got it from being a guard. It's a guard's helmet. I didn't get the rest of the
Guards usually wear plate armor as well.
Take 20 damage.
Okay.
Ow.
Take that 20 damage. I still
God,
look fine, by the way. Not even worried. Not even worried.
Not even concerned.
It's looking a little winded after 5 damage.
I'm still standing.
Never stop stopping. Where is this guy? Oh, that's right. I lost his initiative. So this guy basically chokes on his own blood as he's like, and expires, basically, like with the kind of like scorning look of a roguish assassin bounty hunter. Take your pick exactly which one you would like for that one. And then we'll just remove them because they are not really a thing that we have. And then we've got the old Sir Chadsalot Mathaman. He's going to move on to here and do some attacks. Actually, what Mathaman is going to do is he's going to summon spectral guardians all around him that are going to ignore all of you but attack all of the attackers that you're basically doing. They will take a amount of damage. I'm just going to quickly roll them up.
Attacking the attackers, brilliant.
Attacking the attackers. It's almost like he's what a genius man. Genius. For simplicity's sake, they all pass, but they do still take a 1d8. 3d8. Not a bad way this out. And they half that. We're just going to be
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 10 damage each. The one attacking you, Bed, dies.
Good.
Nice.
Basically
Asshole.
like burnt away by what appears to be like, electrical spectral light. It seems like the light kind of exuding from old Matherman is quite powerful, and it seems to be enough to take out quite a few people.
As long as
the other
he's
one.
dead.
Yep, there's quite a few just taking a bit of damage. Then it's Mog's turn. He does attack. Obviously, this one here. I'm going to that one. He hits and he does kill him. And then it is back to Hubert's go. Hubert, you just jumped out the window. Oh, God.
Falling gracefully to the ground, like a leaf.
Begin the one-man band.
You know what? Before I tune up my little lyre, my pretty little lyre, I'm going to pull out my rapier and say, "On guard, fucko!"
Oh,
and
he's got a sword.
stab. Time to sword.
Time to switch to a stab.
Switch to a stab. Here it comes. I promise it's a good one. Ha! Ah!
Aha!
Minimum damage. How you like it?
Minimal damage, yes. And God,
How you like me now?
Oh yeah! Hubert
Yep,
in the house.
You certainly take 2 damage.
Oh yeah, it's your strength mod. So you get
I'm
that
just
much
picturing that, like the stab, and then just the guy
dexterity mod.
slow turn.
Well, yeah, dex mod, I guess. Yeah, true.
Just Lillian's behind him like, what was that?
What was your dex mod again, Hubert?
My dex mod is a +1.
A +1. Oh,
3 damage.
my mistake. It's 3 damage. Oh,
Thank you.
Ooh,
word.
fancy.
So fancy.
3 whole damage.
Blessed, honestly. Blessed.
Shouldn't have.
Then it is Bed's go.
Oh, I would like to also perhaps use a healing word. Offer a healing word of courage to Bet. Bet, are you in ill health? By any
What
chance?
is the word?
Go for Lillian.
I'm in
Give
ill
it to
health.
Lillian.
Oh,
I need the help.
you
Yeah,
said
either-
you were all good.
Either, yeah, either give it to Lillian or Damon.
Who's
Baird's
more
fine.
fucked?
I'm pretty effed.
You're pretty
It's as if
effed.
Lillian's more surrounded.
Can we get an F in the chat? F in the
F's in chat, boys.
F in chat, boys.
Just have to pay respect.
Oh God, fucko!
3 damage. Ooh.
Gonna do that for myself.
Well, my healing word for Lillian today, the word will be bird, because bird is the word.
Oh, damn
It
it.
is in fact the word. I knew he was going to do it.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that.
Blessed be.
Absolute garbage.
Lillian, you gain 7 health back. Well done.
Oh, goodness.
Far out. Hold on.
Are you proud of me, Lillian?
Very.
We've got this. Taking my rapier around. And combat may proceed as usual, please.
Pretty sure Damon's going to be fine, guys. Don't even worry about it.
You're
Well,
fine. Lillian, it's now your turn.
You've got
All right,
second
guys.
wind.
I'll
It's
just,
Baird's turn.
yeah. Hubert knows. I'll just second it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bed, it's your turn. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
my
Bet.
mistake. Sorry, now I've done that thing. I'm going to forget everyone's initiative order.
It's fine.
Um,
I'll remember.
It's fine. You remember
Well,
for me.
I can't see you, Damon, so I can't actually do healing word on you, but I can.
You can hear
in
me.
spirit.
I'm gonna just dash up this way or run up this way, so I have vaguely more line of sight because I don't think I can.
Yeah, you see Damon, and you're like, oh fuck, you're dead. Oh Jesus.
Can I move and cast at the same time?
You
Or,
can.
like, you know,
You can move and then
in
cast.
the same-
you don't actually, but
yeah.
you don't need to dash there, do you? Right? Because you've just
no need to dash. No, it's just a move action. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool,
you
Sorry.
go. You're
Yes,
gentle.
excellent. Yes, I'm going to do the healing word thing as well for the poor boy.
Oh, what's your healing word?
My healing word is no dying. You're not allowed to die. Just forbidden. Just like you can't die.
Look, your healing word is shan't. Shan't?
Yeah, shan't.
Not for you. No, shan't.
Farah, hold on. I'm just double checking how. Okay, yeah, it's just my usual casting shit. Okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Oh, you don't need to cast a healing word if you're going to cast a healing word. You just automatically hits, but it's just 1d4 if you're casting at first level, or if you want to cast at higher levels, it will get more d4s. Yeah,
okay,
1d4.
no. Sorry, 1d4.
Yep.
May the d4s be with you.
I could just gain 18 health, guys. It's not that big a deal, right? Yes!
Yes!
Plus your casting modifier, so whatever your charisma is as well, you add
3.
that. So you add 7.
I heal 7.
Hit the
Thank
points.
you, bad.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to give the poor boy some bardic inspiration as well.
Lovely. All the inspiration, all the time. That's what we want.
That's for you, Damon.
Thank you.
Then it's Lillian's go. Lillian, you've got 2 like rogues coming at you like a wild storm at this point.
I do. Yes. This is not nice.
Nope. Not supposed to be. It's supposed to be
I
combat.
would like to disengage. If I can, I think.
Ollie's outie.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do disengage? Yep.
Yep.
You can.
I'm just gonna like boop.
Yep. You like block 2 of the kind of
I have returned.
Holy heck.
And we are all in the perfect spot we were last time. Oh, look, I'm
Jacob.
Roman. Hello.
Way!
Oh no.
Look at me.
All right, so now
I'm the bot.
I'm the DM now.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
What we want, honestly.
Death is in control.
Oh no.
Everyone else dies.
Oh
except
no.
us.
Wait,
We're
what?
all okay.
Oh.
All the other creatures just spontaneously combust.
Oh, that sounds terrifying, but okay, I guess that seems. Well, you're the GM, man.
You wanted grimdark, right? There you go.
I did. I craved it. So while our lovely producer sorts out exactly where we are, obviously in the lovely stream, but we'll continue on as we are at the moment. So that's your turn, I believe. You've disengaged.
I think like half of what you were saying just like cut out. So I disengage, which is the action in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And if
then
I
your
can
description.
move a bit more, I'm just gonna yeet myself over there.
Yep. You can with a disengage, you can get to there, and you can still move like 30 feet. I think. Oh no, because you still need to move like. I think you move after that. Yeah, I don't know.
You should be able to still move because like the action, then you still have your movement. But I can't take like an attack action or anything like that now. So that's
You're
it.
good.
That's it for me. I'm out of the line of fire.
Got it. I don't know if you can do a bonus action, which is interesting.
Oh, I don't really think I have anything that can bonus action. So
look at that big note flying around. I did miss whatever happened, but my music
you do have the magic note.
Yeah, I'll probably have to.
You have the music note on top of your head. I will say that the guy behind you is looking like a little bit worse for wear, so up to you. But we'll continue on. It'll be Damon Theomene's go.
Ooh. Okay, so I am going to. Okay, so I think I'm just going to strike out at Mr. Splintmail here. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my bonus action here to use my fighting spirit. So as a bonus action, I give myself an advantage on all weapon attack rolls till the end of the current turn. And then I also gain 5 temporary hit points when I do so, which will keep me kind of safe against this guy, hopefully.
Which you will need.
Then I'm going to slice at him with my sword, making a melee weapon attack once again.
God dang mobility. Oh, so good.
It's mobile so good. That's an 18.
Yes.
You managed to hit him.
I make purpose. All right.
Ah.
So then I will make my attack. Yep. I hit. Oh, yikes. 9 damage. Very low
Makes
rolls
sense.
on my damage this game. And then, as we mentioned before, I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Move up and give Mog some advantage.
Cool, nice. Then it is this guy's go. So this guy is going to hold an action against the old Moggity Doggity. Preparing to assume the attack. This gentleman here is going to probably attack old Hubert here with his swish swish stab. I'll get him to roll their wisdom save because they are currently surrounded by special guardians. It happens on their turn. Cool. He managed to succeed. I'll do 1d. 3d8.
On God damage.
14, so 7 damage to him. Let's see if the other guy succeeds as well.
Protect me, oh spectral guardians!
What?
What?
Is that like a 2 to you or 12? That's like a land on 12 to me, but he does not succeed and then thusly dies. Whipped apart by like angels of lightning and light.
Cool.
Very powerful energy from this old math man. And then
I'm imagining like Bayonetta style angels, just so you know.
this guy's go. So he's going to, basically Bayonetta style angel. And he runs up to.
Oh, he running.
You're going to come up to try and get old Demon Theomune. That's what he's going to do. And run up and attack Demon Theomune. That's what his energy is.
No.
Yep. In fact, they're both going to attack Demon Theomune if they can, but we'll see. They don't get
I'm just
all the good
screeching
stuff.
from inside my helmet.
Oh, what?
What?
Yeah, the last one. Sorry. There you go. 2 attacks hit. Take a total of 7 and 6. So that's 13 damage. Slap.
13 damage. Oh, thank goodness I had 10 hit points. Woot woot.
Yep.
I
And
am
then
okay.
And the last bloke is going to attack you one last time, and he'll get a 13.
That makes purchase.
Gotcha.
That one lands.
I'm going to buy you some nice armor.
Yeah,
for sure.
Young man.
Yeah.
For
You just
sure.
assumed he had the armor the entire time.
Yeah, the revelation.
Correct.
How much money do I
yeah.
have?
Well, after my current leather suit is probably ripped up to shreds. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does a 12 hit you as well, or no?
No,
Okay,
it does
cool.
not.
Good. Honestly, good. Love that for you. So do take 5 damage.
I do take 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
Does Neville
and
have GoFundMe? Because we really need to go fund
someone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Namina is quite poor, so they don't really. But maybe they have a GoFundMe. You could ask a noble, maybe. I don't know.
So for
Ask a noble. Did you mean rob a noble?
Bed's
Yeah,
behind me, right?
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well,
Yes.
Bed, that last hit, I just like lifeless hit the ground, by the way.
Oh, no.
Bear just.
And I'm at 0 hit points.
Ooh.
Well, that's new.
That is new.
That's bad.
Very new.
Good thing.
Cool. Mathaman with his large sword, so his large halberd, sorry, because he has a halberd, lands and attacks this little fella here, and he takes some damage.
You say halibut like the fish?
Halberd. That's the fish slapping thing we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Mog
Makes
then
perfect sense. Stop questioning it.
Yeah, Mog then also like decides to pile on, tries to kill this other guy. Clearly starting to kind of figure out that they have come to a bad dojo part of town. these guys are starting to get a little bit concerned by their life choices, and Mog hits him and kills him because Mog's minimum damage is quite a lot. And then we've got basically, it's Hubert go. We've got one dude left. One last Chad to fight them off.
All right, I'm going to circle with my rapier. Here we are, you and I, mano y mano, squaring off, 1 against 1. And I'm going to swish my rapier at him fancifully.
Do it.
Here it comes.
Do it.
Do it.
Are you going to go up to him and attack him with your rapier?
Oh! With that one, I would just say no, I don't go up to him. I just swish at him.
Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah.
All theatrics.
All theatrics. All edge, no point. There's to Baird's go.
Well,
poor Damon Theomune is down.
It's a toss up between healing word or trying to attack this dude.
Oh, I can healing word. I've got a bonus action healing word. We can both healing word.
Quick. No.
Here comes.
If one of us healing words, I'm going to attack.
Take 7. You healed.
You're okay.
Yes.
He's back.
He's back.
From outer space.
The look on my face is the one of a very unconscious man, though. I'm still down as hell, but I am alive. You can see my chest heaving.
Down to clown, as it were.
At least he's breathing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn Eldritch Blast on the big guy then.
I activate Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast.
Let's do.
Okay. It's got a +5 next to it. Hold on. Sorry.
Probably because of your charisma and your proficiency with using the spell.
That's probably what it is. So that's
that checks out. Yeah. Big brain.
Checks out.
It'd help.
Oh,
that's so close.
Yeah,
so close to that 20. You do get. Did you get 3 and then you attack with each of them, or no? So you only do 1 attack, but you hit 3 times. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yes, this kills the man. Ooh, then it's Lillian's go. What are you gonna do, Lillian? You got like that guy still charging at you a little bit.
You kind of there, but do I need to disengage? Because he's I probably do, don't I? I love ranged characters, but it's not great when people get up in my grill because I constantly have to disengage.
Sometimes you just have to change tactics and choose the melee. You did move up towards, not exactly what the combat was, but
well, he moved and I'm now like done.
Really, it's the fault of a melee combatants that they're not doing their job really.
No, they're not staying away from me like they should be.
You could jump back and take the attack of opportunity though.
I don't feel like doing that. No, thank you.
No, not today.
I may as well just like go in for the thing. How is Damon feeling right now?
He is
still alive.
In a pool of his own blood, unconscious. He is,
but breathing.
Safe and well.
Okay.
Safe and well.
But breathing.
No death saves here.
Okay.
No death saves,
is it possible for me to actually wake him up by giving him a boot?
Magic healing.
I think he's awake. She should be awake now. He's just like not having a crisp time.
Punch drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be awake. I think I wake up on my turn. Like I can wake up on my turn, but it's currently I think I'm still unconscious. From being healed from death. Well, being healed from not on death.
Being healed from like death's door.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's the case, drastic times call for drastic measures. I'm just gonna drop my bow and try and shank the dude that's right there.
Shank him.
Because
get a natural 20 as well. I believe in you.
Up.
Fun conscious. Ooh.
Fun conscious.
Oh, you hit him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's getting hit.
Jam it up into his throat.
Into his goddamn mustache. That'll show him.
Or his eyeball. Go for the eye.
Yeah.
Somewhere where it's going to be very irritating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, checks out.
There we go.
Yeah, do some damage.
6 damage.
Do 6 damage.
Not very good damage. It's not a very good dagger, I should say. But
It's a dagger, you know.
It's a dagger. It does.
It's a star.
Dagger things.
It is no weird wand or whatever the hell Baird has.
Plague wand.
Plague wand. And it is Demon Demons Go. You're down on the ground, but you're awake and ready for partying.
Yeah, so I'm going to use half my movement to do the classic standing up maneuver that we all know so well. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to be use my prowess again. So I'm going to use my bonus action for fighting spirit. And then once again, I'm going to slice into it with my sword. That's basically my immediate response after waking up in this kind of angry, blind rage.
You have bardic inspiration as well.
I do. I can only add that to the attack roll, not the damage, though, right?
You had the damaging. I think Steph had the damaging note as well. So
yeah, Steph had damaging
note. What
note.
I've got. Okay, good to know.
You can chuck a D6 on things.
I think I need to
roll a
print
D6
out or something what that note does because I haven't got it in front of me. So
that's okay.
So I'm not going to worry about that. I think the 20 should make purchase. I'm not going to worry about the inspiration. Yep. So then
you buy him a nice cat. Very nice.
Oh, the damage roll's so low.
Whoa!
10 damage.
10 damage. All right. He takes 10 damage dues. He is looking a little bit worse for wear at this point, but he's fine.
I'm going to use my movement at this point, kind of the last of it, to back off from this aggressor and kind of hang out over with Hubert. You okay, Hubert? You okay?
Come here. Yes.
I head over to
I will defend
fun
you.
conscious. Thank you, Hubert. Thank you, Hubert. Please. And you can see you can see all the kind of crusted browny red around my body and helmet and chest, and all my armor's I think all my leather armor is totally ripped off and it's hanging off my shoulder now, and I'm kind of almost.
It's very Mills and Boone.
Yeah, it's
with more blood though.
I'm completely almost eviscerated. So that's my turn.
Fun off the shoulder look.
Yeah, it's like when it's like Kirk, you know, when Captain.
Yeah, Captain Kirk. Yeah,
it's like the full rip across. Yeah, it's very Captain Kirk. There's just more blood involved now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So so this guy basically has a turn and kind of looks around with a bit of a concern. He attacks. He takes some damage from the spiritual guardians, and then attacks dear Lillian for some damage he does to try and give the old one to make sure she dies. Hopefully, with any luck. You only hope, honestly.
Thanks.
The mobility fighter is gone. Go. I want you to have more attacks. There's 19 hits here, I imagine.
Yep.
The 15 hits you.
Oh yeah. Sure does.
Yep. The 7 does not, but that's fine.
Nope,
you take a total of 14 damage.
I am unconscious.
Oh.
Yep, you're unconscious. Is then Mathaman's go. Mathaman kind of moves up towards this guy, halberd in hand, slashes down at him with the mighty halberd and fells him. He is defeated, and the combat, generally speaking, is over. He looks up towards Mathaman as Mathaman gives him a stern, hard look, and then casts basically casts away his weapon and casts a healing word on him, so he lives.
Ooh.
Oh.
And he kind of is looking up at all of you as you surround him, maybe.
No, I'm keeping my distance. Okay, thanks. I'm going up to Lillian.
I'm full of piss and vinegar.
And he's like,
oh.
And I think so. Mathaman's going to step back a bit and kind of let you guys have him and decide what you want to do with him. He's stable, but he is definitely unarmed and bleed. This is no small amount of blood around him. He's like, so what do you want to do with him?
Mark should use lay on hands on Lillian.
Yep. Yeah, Mog will probably do that. He'll go over and make sure pick up Lillian, literally pick her up and then give her the sweet life juice. And she's like, oh god.
Beautiful.
There's a little bit of darkness and demons there for a sec there, but you're good. You're back. Just
darkness and demons. It's just Lillian going home.
Just tiefling things, really.
Yeah, yep. just tiefling things.
Yeah.
Just Grandpa. There's Grandpa. There's Uncle Bill.
It's been a long time, guys.
For a short holiday home.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my rapier to lift his chin up and say, "Introduce yourself, brigand. You know not with who you have fought."
Do you really want me to introduce myself? Really?
Yes.
Where are we going with this?
It's always nice to know someone's name before you slice their throat.
You should just kill me then and get it over with.
Baird produces the poison wand again and is like, I'm happy to do it.
You stupid old man. You don't get to rush this, I say.
I could stab him in the leg and it won't be rushed.
Fine. My name is Jonathan Twist. Pleasure to meet you.
And why are you trying to kill us?
I'm a bounty hunter. You have a bounty on you. I'm trying to collect it. Doing my job. You've killed my boys, though, and you're about to kill me. Unless you're going to let me go, which I would be more than happy to accept.
Well, guys, he was only doing his job.
Yeah, but if we let him go, he's probably going to come back and kill us again.
Yeah,
well, I've heard of you, and you're not the most forgiving of individuals, so, it's worth a shot.
Are you going to try and kill us again if we let you go?
No.
Can I get an insight check to see if he's lying?
You may.
Give me
that
insight check.
He's like holding his fingers crossed behind his back. No.
No. Yeah.
No idea.
I'm going to announce
He seems to be quite earnest about the no. He's like, no, he can't kill you all. The boys he bought can't kill you all. He's kind of like the boys that lie like dead around you. Like
the lads are eviscerated.
He looks like he's quite unlikely to come back to try and finish the job because he just couldn't be asked at this point. He's like, no, I'm good, mate.
Baird's looking at the wand like the urge to poison this man is rising. Not saying anything, just staring really intently at the wand and then looking at the guy and then looking at the wand. Like
he spits like a bunch of blood from himself, like as he like kind of.
Did he spit at me?
No, he spits to the side. Okay, he's not spitting at you.
He just spits at me.
He spits blood and wipes his chin. He's still prone on the ground. He's just pretty much like not making any too much sudden movements.
Mm-hmm.
He's like. It's a bit of a standoff, really, I imagine.
Someone in the background, I guess. What a twist! Probably has heard that 3 million times before.
I'm going to have to ask him, what worth is your life? What do we get? We have no guarantees that you won't rat us out, even if you do live.
What is my life worth? I don't know how you want me to answer that. I live in this hellhole, so not a lot. I'm a bounty hunter because it's what I know how to do, and there's people looking for people who are, either got the plague or are criminals or one thing or the other, and I try and do what I can to bring those bounties in when they get called. You are bad people, and I am sometimes worse. Apparently, not in this instance. So,
I have a question.
What
proof would you have brought of our demise?
Probably would have bought one of your heads, if not all of your heads. Really, it's one of the things, or a weapon that also works, but it depends on the client. These guys are too poor to really afford the heavier bounties of larger nobles, for instance. But I mean, poor people are poor people do.
Posters up. Who asked for the bounty?
He kind of like, just give me one small moment. It was through.
How much was the bounty on us again? Sorry.
4 days.
4 Gs.
400 gold.
It was Felon Greywater. Oh, it was run through Felon Greywater at the very least. I believe there was a bunch of poor people in the slums over yonder. Had some issue with you killing some of their men.
Apparently first.
Apparently you butchered them, so.
Maybe they shouldn't attack strangers.
Maybe they're scared people.
I do like what Baird was saying before, that we should get them to report us dead, and then we go about our business. We go somewhere else.
You could report us dead. There is someone that does need hunting who is actually a bad person, who we lost track of. Tarvin used to be a healer, was actually poisoning the town.
He kind of like nods there. He's like, and you want my help to find him?
We can find a way to give you proof that we're dead, and then you can collect bounty, and then you can go kill Tarvin for us.
Right. And this person managed to escape all of you and kind of like looks around to the party.
When we got attacked by the guards in the slums, that's when he got away. He went down the sewers and then we lost track of him.
I can agree to that.
Okay. Now we need to figure out a way to prove that we're dead. Would a token from each of us work? Potentially?
It had to be something noticeable and memorable that they would have seen on you.
This unmissable red handkerchief that I've been wearing the whole time.
Probably one of your instruments, I would imagine, would be more effective than that.
It is legitimately pondering it.
Someone hold me back. Oh, man. The tough one.
I've got a second longbow. I wouldn't imagine both of them would be like too differing. One's just clearly better than the other. That's all. So
that works.
Second longbow can just
give you my lute, I guess. I still got my violin and my lyre. That would be okay with that. Does not want to give away the loot, but is like also doesn't want to deal with this.
I'll walk over to him, asking for our items, and I'll take my helmet off at this point. And then I'll like drop the helmet like next to him on the ground.
What does it look
Will this
like?
work? To him, I'll ask him.
He nods. He's like, yes, it would.
Yeah.
What's your face look like?
Well, that's the interesting part. This is where everyone realizes that, like, when your eyes try to focus on my features, there's like a mosaic blurriness to me that you can't make out when you try to pay attention. All you can see of me right now is that I have like the same curls I do in real life, Damon does, and they sit like down over my face a little bit. They're very low hanging and very, very
You've got pixelation.
Very matted and also very heavy and very thick hair. So, but every time your eyes try to focus on my face, you find that like you kind of can't, and you're forced to kind of look away.
Can't focus. Oh, that's fucked.
Interesting.
Trying really hard to see it.
Yeah, humans like looking into the sun.
Don't strain something, Hubert. Give the man one of your instruments. You have so many.
No, I can part but one dulcimer. Just one.
The bagpipes would definitely work. Dulcimer is fine.
Well, no one else plays the bagpipes. I suppose that is a signature sound, isn't it?
God, please take the bagpipes.
Yeah, I'll throw it onto the ground sadly. And
The bagpipes?
We'll give out its last final.
The sad bagpipes. Yeah, sad bagpipes. All right, so we got a sad bagpipes, we got a lyre, we got a bow.
No, you got the loot, not the lyre.
Okay, we got the loot. Remove those things from your
He's still
inventory.
got his
And he,
violin.
Yeah, cool.
He's happy.
and he slowly gets up from the ground and dusts himself off.
Mhm.
He takes the object. He's like, so where would I find this Tarvin?
As I said, we lost him down in the sewers. The sewers supposedly have an exit near the farm, near Farmhold.
Farmhold, yeah.
So he's either still in the sewers or he's made it to Farmhold.
Is there a reward for this man?
You're collecting our reward without having killed us.
Yeah.
And you've gotten away with your life.
Yeah, that too.
I understand that. I'm going to need to hire a new crew. I can't hire a new crew without a bounty or reward because I'm going to have to pay them already for joining my new crew and then have them also get paid for a new reward.
It's only one
See my
guy. What
point?
do you need a whole crew for?
Because it's important to have more than one. But if you think if you think that I can handle him on my own, then I can look into it.
Well, obviously not. You couldn't handle us on your own.
I don't know. It's one
5 of
guy
us.
versus 5. Yeah, that's
Yeah. I
Damon,
don't
there's
think
5 of us.
Tarvin was
Tell
that
you-
bad.
Tell you what, I'll figure it out. How about that?
That's what we got.
What we got?
I'm trying to
What we
debate
got?
if it's worth giving him the symbol of my clan, potentially letting him contact Mistress Fanan.
You could do it.
Yeah, okay. Baird is going to pull out a piece of parchment and draw the signet of the same symbol that's on his signet ring on a piece of paper and hand it over and basically and say, once you're done killing this guy, contact the hold on, I just need to remember the name of my clan.
Fanan.
No, Mistress Fanan is his mistress, but she is head of the clan Shida.
The Shida clan. Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, Shida clan. And they will be able to provide you with a reward. Ask for Mistress Fanan and tell her Baird sent you.
That will help then. I'll get it done. All right. He like steps back and then leaves. And
yeah,
that
the thinking is either she'll reward him or she'll kill him. It won't be our problem.
Either way, it's fine. Just, look, Mrs. Fanan has use for people who are bounty hunters, and that's fine.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, that is the conclusion of the Arbortown leg of this particular journey, because you have obviously passed off the murder of Tarvin to someone else, and they, you've given them enough resources to have that potentially be quite effective. So you've got your horses, you've got Matherman, he's got his own horse as well. Where next will you head so we can prepare for next session, basically? It's all very exciting now. Ooh.
Do we want to go to the marshes or do we want to go to
We'll switch on over to our very lovely map so we can have a little cheeky look.
Beautiful map.
Well,
so beautiful.
has more of an idea of what he wants to do, right?
Matherman is like, I will follow what you guys are doing because you guys seem to know what you're doing. Like,
I will do.
Oh, he is so
whatever you want me to, Yoda.
Yeah, he kind of got that the first last night, but he's like, well, that's what I'm doing now. Kind of like told the old oracles to get fucked and.
Well, okay,
Yep.
potentially looking at the map, we need to go via Fisher's Rest if we want to go potentially get boats for the Barrow Marsh. We could potentially go via Fisher's Rest and then go to Havensburg and then the Barrow Marsh.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should do it.
If Fisher's Rest is like, if we're hoping to end up with like sea travel in some description though, wouldn't it be better to go Havensburg, Fisher's Nest, and then Barramarsh? We need to go straight from Fisher's Nest to Barramarsh because we don't want to be lugging around all that stuff in Havensburg. And we've already got horses, so we're kind of already... there's a lot of shit for us to store.
Yeah,
so,
and there's
there's
another town on the way to Havensburg as well, which...
That's true.
Yeah.
So do we want to go straight to Havensburg?
Yeah, now Havensburg is a proper city as well. Like, a couple thousand people, like
especially if it's a busy city.
Yeah, it's one of the main locations, and it is obviously as well owned like ruled by Duke. The Arbortown is probably the smallest of the dukedoms. It is like there's two main prominent dukes and one much smaller one, which is the Shylock dukedom, which is technically the Green Mile Forest and a bunch of the Valewood. But Amberhold is the capital basically of this country. So FYI.
Well, Havensburg, if Havensburg is like a large city as well, they might also be able to help us with Barramarsh.
Correct. They also might be able to provide us with upgraded armor and stuff potentially.
Actually, yes, definitely.
Yes. Helmet.
They will have goods and services.
And potentially we need a blacksmith so that we can get you some nice armor.
Yes. So I say Damon wants to go to Havensburg first immediately. That's kind
honestly the concept of going to a city really appeals to Baird.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Now there's about 50 gold pieces as you kind of look through the rogues and stuff like that. You kind of strip them out a bit. What are you doing with the bodies as well?
Throw them on the burning building.
Okay. Cast on the burning building, and you rolling out of town all extra and yeah, it's basically like
50 gold richer.
Dawn. It's basically like dawn as you kind of start walking out of the town, and you're not observed really by any of the remaining inhabitants of Arbortown as behind you the city starts to burn a bit.
Oof.
They started that fire.
Let's be real here. The Knights of St. Alban were kind of going to do that anyway, so...
Exactly, it's fine.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies? It's fine. It's fine.
We got skulls on our hats.
That's really... our hats, right? You've got little skulls on them. What do you mean? The baddies.
That's us. Yeah, I got you.
I'm just going to mark on my character sheet the extra gold that we got as well. So
okay, cool.
Yep, so you got a little bit extra gold. You're going to be going through Tursten Town, but you've got about a week of travel around abouts, to get to Havensburg from here. Let me see. 1, 2,
that's a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about a week of travel. Luckily, the horses will make it a lot easier for traveling, but yeah,
we got that guy's name. When the talking stone recharges, can I tell Gaston to get in contact with that particular guy that we just sent looking for Tarvin?
Yep. He's like, I can do that.
He should be.
I assume that you burnt this. Yes. I will get on that. I'll work with him on some stuff. But if you need me, just call.
Cool stuff. Excellent.
Yep, Jonathan Twist. Yep, Mr. Twist, as they do call him.
Love it. All right. Let's go.
That's it?
And that is the finale of our little adventure into Arbortown. You are now currently going through the Mirewood on your way to Churston. So we'll see what happens next session. So thank you all for coming. Thanks you all for playing. Hope you had a fun time and enjoyed some good Ardent Roleplay with our new spectator mode. We'll have much more for you next fortnight, no doubt. But thank you so much. Have a lovely Saturday. Bye.
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 having something that you can kind of physically see and be like, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, is a very simple way to just keep story flowing.
It's another tool to communicate to the players what's happening.
Imaginations are endless.
Players who are new into the game, being able to describe, what a crypt or a dais or something is.
I believe we're in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, oh, this pops right up on my screen and I can see all this stuff and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
That is amazing. That's so good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dang.
To have that visualization right there. Pretty impressive, yeah.
Having the visuals, it kind of brings it into a cool world.